Shut up and sit down.
Button.
No, go for it.
Sorry about the black screen. I had to get Fox to take a breath there, folks. And
That's why I stopped.
Yeah, I know. Hello, gang. Colin here. Festa 67's workshop. And the GNU himself. Yes, hello. Folks, and welcome to a Friday frolic where we're going to be carrying on painting a bit more on the Bluey cars even. See what I did there?
Yeah. I see what we did there.
So, again, if you'd like to help support this channel, it's on the screen there. You can do so by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or you can click the join button below this or any of my other videos, become a channel member, and that gives you access to the Zoom off-air 24/7 hangout, as well as, if you've got a webcam and mic, links to join the Sunday show, folks. All helps keep the content coming, keeps the channel alive, and me able to do this for you. Also, if you're in the YouTubes, just below the chat is a $sign. You can click that and you can do yourselves a super chat. Any of all of that gets you a bit of on-screen air guitar goodness, and it just makes me do a bit of beatbox, and yeah, all of that.
That was beatboxing.
Yeah, see, he's happy now because I've done it live. Let's, talking of the chat, let's have a looky-loo who's in. First in, we got our very own Carl Sagan saying, hi, Festa 67's workshop, Fox, and all in chat.
Not explaining science seems to me perverse. When you're in love, you want to tell the world. There you go.
There you go. We got PJ.
I was ready.
Good man. We got PJ in saying evening, Colin, Guffle, Fox, and everyone in the chat.
Evening.
No Ferris Railroad is in. He says, what's up from across the pond? Hello, buddy. How you doing?
Hello.
Nice to see you in.
Hello.
We are doing a bit more work. This started life as a kid's toy, so yeah, doing a bit of work on that, just to kit bash some ideas at it. We have got Athol McNichol in saying, evening, morning, gents. Just popped in before bedtime calls me. Nice to see you in, Athol. If you can let me know in the chat, the audio and video is coming through clearly, we'll be happy, because we had a little bit of a lag earlier on when we tested. So
Yes.
Jeff Light is in. He says, hi, Cole, Fox, and everyone in the chat. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Love to you, and big hugs to the lovely Maggie. I hope you're both keeping well. Graham Robert is in. Sorry, he says, I'm having a disco in my living room with 80s tunes. And yes, Colin, the Hoover is out for a dance. Now I'm really worried about you.
Can you have a disco with 80s tunes? Would a disco not be 70s tunes? Because 80s tunes would be nightclub, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, 80s tunes was that Stock Aitken and Waterman rubbish, wasn't it? And
80s tunes is more clubby, like 70s tunes.
Rick and his Astley, wasn't it? And all of that gubbins. Swigging Pigs in says, evening or good evening. Swigging Pig, how are you, my friend?
Hello.
Speedy Q8 is in. He says, hey up, peeps. Hello, Speedy. How you doing, mate? John Alec, how.Models is in. He says, hello, friends. Hello, John. How you doing, mate? PJ and Jeff and Paul D. Tommaso are all saying audio and video is fine. Good evening, Paul. Lovely to see you in, mate, and love to Dawn as well. Everyone's saying hello to each other there, and the audio is fine. Graham says, brilliant sound.
Cool.
Moist. There you go. See? So there you go, folks. So anyway. Shut up.
You started it.
How's you and how's your mum?
Oh, fine and dandy, thank you. All going well today. Not a bad day. Very warm today.
Yeah, it's been a bit muggy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been all right. Yeah, go on.
Have you been good?
I've been all right. I've been upstairs for a couple of days just chillaxing because I was advised to. So, yeah. So that's what I've been doing. So I've had a quiet few days. So apologies that you haven't seen me about in the Zoom,
Great,
folks.
mate.
But Yeah, I do as I'm told when I'm told I have to rest. And of course, H has been at the cricket as well, so yeah.
He does do as he's told when his missus is telling him, or when the nurse tells him and knows, and she knows she's
she
in contact
rang
with his
H up
missus.
and told her basically that he's got to rest. I've told him, and he's skulked off upstairs as I was going.
Yeah.
So.
Cause you know that them two are in cahoots.
Well, yeah, because she FaceTimed me, see, just to make sure that the background was the bedroom. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What I am going to do though is I'm going to take a screenshot of me with the background, and I'm going to put it on a green screen. You can see where this is going, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know she won't fall for it, because it'll be, oh, can you just reach over and get that thing off the headball? And I'll be going, damn it, how do I got to do this?
See, I'm more giggling that you think it's actually going to work more than anything else. It's more the fact that you think it's actually going to work.
In my little world, it's going to work, mate, because that's how I roll. Let's just move me camera a bit so that we can see what we're up to. I will try not to go off camera, but yeah, this is me, folks.
Your mileage may vary.
Absolutely. What am I doing, I hear you ask? I am doing...
What are you doing, Cole?
Some detailed painting tonight on all the little skulls, pipes and things like that. There'll be a few washes going on. I want to redo the thing because I got my colours round the wrong way on the sign. Yeah. Yeah, you know I did because you mentioned it. There you go.
I don't know what the right way around colours are supposed to be.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I took it from a screenshot, but when I watched the cartoon first episode back, it was, yeah. So I shall redo that. Other than that, it's just going to be, like I say, a few washes, some panel lines, bits and bobs, and have a look at the tyres because, yeah, it's getting to that point where I need to look at the tyres. So
kick your tyres.
So that'll cheer PJ up because, you know, the tyre's been shiny and all of that. Look. Okay, we've got the lovely Marcy in. She says, good evening, glue sniffers.
Hey, Marcy.
Good evening, Marcy. How are you, my love?
Hello.
Hope you're keeping well. Other than that, yeah. So what are you up to on yours tonight, I hear you ask?
What am I up to tonight, Fox? Well, Fox, thanks for asking. I'm just fettling with the seats, and then I've got to do some dry brushing on the interior because I want to get all the interior done before I start. Because once I've got the interior done, I can spang it all together, and then start working on the outside. Because the interior needs the seats in place, to be all them have the sides and stuff put on. So I need to get that inside done first. That'll be a lot of more dry brushing tonight, basically.
Happy days, happy days.
All the dry brushing in the world on this car.
That's the thing, it's that stage now, isn't it, where we can start doing all of the sexy details and
Yes, and it's weird on these seats because it looks like there's all these dribbly stains going down the side.
You're a dribbly
but it's not,
stain.
It's just, thank you very much, but it's just like the different layers of wash where the shiny bits are. They'll all go away when it's matte varnished, so. Yeah,
this is what we do, folks, we just insult each other.
You're insulting each other.
Absolutely. Try and do that without pulling everything off the bench.
Cole, you know when you do that, try not to pull everything off the bench, mate.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Probably
That's
for the
better.
best.
I can see that now because, the light was beaming off of it.
There are 4 lights.
Jeff says, I love that turret. It's completely armoured and locked down while the windows are wide open with orcs and orc parts hanging out. Yeah, but it's orc. In their little world, they think they're safe. And that's the thing, you know, it's all armoured. But the beauty of the turret is he'll be able to reach up and load the bullets from the passenger seat. Yeah. John Alex KA.Modelers, he said that deserves in a GWAR concert, Cole. There you go, mate. Yeah.
Nice one.
Thank you very much, John. On-screen air guitar will be imminent, my friend.
Yes.
But yeah, it's turned into something quite bizarre, really, isn't it, this little thing? But
yeah, you've created another monster.
It's another monster, innit? I've done it again.
You have.
Yeah.
It is what you do, though, so we don't mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go.
It is the way of things. It is the Festa's way.
It's the order of things in it. So, yeah, we got a 50-50 Agrax shade as well mixed up in anticipation for a few bits. So, yeah. I'll probably find...
Agrax,
yeah, go on.
50 Agrax, 50 medium.
No, I did it 50 Agrax and 50% emulsion paint.
Cool. Well, there might be some people that don't know. You see, you can't see.
Of course I did. You know I do. That's how it's done. I do listen to your constant instruction on how I should be doing stuff, dear.
No, I'm just meaning people who are watching might not know that. It might be people that don't know what that is, you see. So that's for them, not for you. I know you know what you're doing.
It's a matter of opinion.
I could be a politician, couldn't I?
You could. There's a bit of Boris in you, isn't there? Not literally. Just thought I'd clarify that.
Just get out. I'm not even talking to you anymore. Filthy words coming out of your mouth. Very dare you.
Yeah, don't forget, folks, belly, bench and a beverage. What is on the bench? What is in your belly? And what is your beverage of choice on this wonderful Friday evening / Saturday morning?
Belly, bench and beverage.
Absolutely.
What's in your belly and what's in your... What are you drinking?
Absolutely. I've got a cup of rosé.
Ooh, I've got waters.
Some orange with my vitamin stuff in it. And I've had Rustler's Ping Burgers.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that. I had a giant filthy kebab of happiness and somewhat acid. Heartburn.
And proudly, I can say I didn't burn the kitchen down.
Yay, you managed to survive using the microwave. Good girl. I'm very proud of you.
So, I have managed successfully not to burn the house down.
It's not true what they say about you, is it? Oh, no. Sorry, wait. No, it is true what they say about you.
And, yes, my lad has been round.
Of course. How long is she away now? Till Sunday?
She's back Sunday, mate.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm surprised she even bothers anymore, because surely she'd spend the whole weekend just being miserable and stressed about you destroying the house.
Yeah, she does. She gets a bit... But she was more worried not being here to do the bits and pieces medically, you know, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got to check your numbers, haven't you?
Yeah, and Deb was like, don't think you're going to get away with anything, mate. I said I wouldn't even do or try to get away with anything. She said, yes, you would.
Again.
She said, whatever you're thinking, stop thinking it, she says. If you're trying to forge or dodge the machine, I know what you're like.
Do you have any more to do this evening, or have they all been done now for today?
All been done today. She did the last lot.
Cool.
6 p.m.
Cool.
So
we don't need to nag you.
Yeah. She'll be back.
Well, I mean, we do need to nag you about many things, but not about that, maybe.
Yeah, she'll be back tomorrow. Midday tomorrow, she'll be back.
I'll be back.
Bless her.
She probably didn't say.
Yeah. It's like, really? Am I really that bad? You lot just don't trust me, do you? She went, nope. Narcy says, bench is covered in freshly painted parts. Belly was a big fat cheeseburger. Good girl. And she's having some lemonade.
Ooh.
Graham says he might cross over to radio-controlled, a.k.a. planes. Gets him. Swigging Pig, still nothing on the bench. I've just finished a big, dirty, he says, kebab. And he's sipping on a large gin and tonic.
Ooh, very civilised.
Graham says, iron brew, you know what I mean. Absolutely.
Dirty is always the correct type of kebab.
PJ says, belly, fish, chips and mushy peas. Good choice.
Mushy pea.
Bench, 16th scale, a Fujimi Ferrari Testarossa. And beverage is ice cold Coca-Cola. Get in. Coke burp. PJ's going to do a Coke burp.
I used to like Coke, but I've gone off it in my older age, and I've just realised I've got the wrong mat down.
Yeah, it's a bit too fizzy for me now.
Yeah, it's hurty on the mouth. It makes you. I don't know. It's just not. It's like Slightly uncomfortable when you take. It's like if you want a drink or something, you want a dirty, great big swig, but you can't do it with Coke because it kind of burns a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like having a massive dirty, great fork full of curry. If it's hot, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I normally get the urge to belch before I've even finished sipping the Coke.
This is correct, though.
So, yeah, it does.
I've got the wrong mat down. I need a painting mat.
Oh dear, you can't have the wrong mat down, dear.
Well,
That's
no,
better.
I've got a clean mat. I've got a clean mat and a painting mat, and I don't want to cover my clean mat in painting and paint.
No. A little bit round the edges. That's what we wanted.
Little bit whoa, little bit way.
Little bit. Yeah.
Little bit.
Graham McRobert has put in a £20 super chat. Thank you very, very much indeed, Graham.
Cool.
Thank you for your kindness, mate. That will be put to very, very good use, mate. So thank you.
Graham's a lovely fella. He's a lovely fella.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Graham. Much appreciated, mate.
Awesome.
There you go.
What's I doing?
There you go. Bit of on-screen air guitar should be imminent. I've just heard it go in my ear hole, so it should pop up on your screen shortly.
Iron Blue, made in Scotland from girders.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's nice to have a bit of on-screen air guitar.
Well deserved.
All air guitar is good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put that down on there because I am doing a bit of shady.
Unless it's like John Denver air guitar, in which case,
Yeah.
that might not work.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. It's darken that down just enough. Don't want it to go too dark.
Somebody needs to come up with like air pogues where you all stand around an imaginary piano mouthing, shouting at each other silently.
Shane McGowan style, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very talented songwriter, I must admit. Some of the lyrics that man wrote, beautiful. Again, a very troubled life, but he's still going.
Mm-hmm.
John Alec Belly just ordered curry takeaway and he's drinking proper 12, and then he's got an AMT Shelby 350 on the bench. Oh, nice choice. Ooh. Nice choice of Mutang there. AMT, good luck with that. I am sure you'll make it look spectacular, mate.
AMT, often followed by the phrase Ave Cesar Morituri te salutant.
Yeah. There you go. Get as much of that in the recesses around them pipes of twistiness.
Pipes of twistiness, twist pipes. Bow.
There you go.
I suppose I better paint some seatbelts and things, isn't I?
Yeah, you better start, mate, because I shall then go back over this with a dry brush just to reinvigorate the blue if I need to. So,
seatbelts, it's seatbelt time. Well, let's do some edging, matron.
Oh, edging. What you're using for your edging for the viewers?
Well, there's this girl. No, never mind. I don't know. I've got to do these leather seats, so I might go for the good old Zandri dust. I just want some very fine.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Edges.
Yeah, that'll be a nice contrast.
Yeah, I mean, I've mostly dry brushed it, so
yeah,
it's just really to put little bits like like sometimes you get on leather if it's fake crappy vinyl leather and not leather.
Yeah.
You get the way it cracks and fade and peels away, and you get on the edge of cheeks, you get that cracking effect.
Yeah, you get bum contours, don't you?
Yeah, and you get some cricks and cracks. I might do some of that.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my brush thing? There's my brush thing.
There you go. Just darken that one down.
There it is.
So.
I still haven't found your brush rack. Wherever I put it. God damn it.
It's gone, isn't it?
I've put it somewhere. Still haven't found it.
Yeah.
I've only had it like a week or something stupid. It's like, really?
I know what it'll be. Carl, I haven't found it. Couldn't print me another one, could you? Of course I can. That's what it'll be. I can see it coming. It'll be like,
yeah. If I need a replacement, I'll pay you for it. I'll pay you for the trouble. Because it's incredibly stupid of me to have put it somewhere and not.
Don't ever change, dear.
Well, it's like you storing all your bits inside your Beyblade and then wondering where all your bits were. It's the same kind of thing, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
I've put it in TM, the safe place, TM.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that safe place.
Absolutely. I've just used a cotton bud just to take off some of the shading now before it darkens down too much.
Now.
Now.
A bit like when the missus says something's on the side, you know.
Oh, yeah. But isn't it annoying? We go and look on the side and we don't find it. They walk straight out there without looking, put their hand on it and go, see, told you. Damn it. How do they do this?
Well, for me, it's more like it's on the side. On the side of what? What is this? Tell me what the side is. The side of what? The cooker, the house, the car?
Yeah. I'd love to know how women do that because, yeah.
You can't ever know.
Oh.
You're not allowed to. It's a man thing. You're not allowed to.
I've run H up before and gone, I can't find. She goes in the kitchen, on the side, left-hand side. I walk out and where is it? On the left-hand side. Damn it.
Yep.
Even
always
remotely she can do it.
times.
Yeah. I go, I've looked. Yeah. No, you haven't, because it's still there, she says. I'm like,
Look again, properly this time, with all your eyes on your face. Oh, yes,
and I sit there desperately hoping that it's not going to be out there. And then she hears my chin hit the floor because she goes, you found it then? What I done?
Bye.
Yeah, it's where I said it was, isn't it? Yeah.
Might have been. Yeah, might have been.
Yeah. How'd you feel?
Incredibly
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She gets me every time like that.
And we never learn because we're blokes. We don't have any concept of such knowledge or understanding of things.
Of course we don't. When
I
are
don't
we ever going to learn?
I don't actually know what a side actually is.
Absolutely. John Christmas is in. He says, hi, guys. He says, I hope you're both keeping well. Same here, John. Hope you're keeping well, mate.
Yep. Hello, my friend.
Lovely to see you in, mate. How you doing? And all of that.
Yes. Nice to see you.
I see what he did there.
Hi, hello. Did he do it? I don't put all this effort into doing all these little chippy marks on this leather seat, and it's the one that the dude's going to be sat on, so you're not going to see any of this.
I did that. I went to all that effort of doing the dashboard with all the instrument surrounds, put the driver in and the passenger on the mesh on the window. And guess what you can't see? The dashboard.
All of it. Yep. I've got the dashboard to go yet.
Same as the floor. I did all the diamond plate on it. Mm-hmm. I even did a wash on it just to, embellish it. Painted all the squigs and their boxes. And you can't see any of the interior.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because, I can't. I know it's there. The people who are watching are going to know it's there.
Absolutely.
So that's why we do it. Well, we do it because we're idiots, but also because we know the people are watching.
Yeah. No, it does make us look profesh, even though we know we're not.
It makes us look less incompetent than we actually are, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then we do all that really professionally, but we're off camera and we do it, and then we're like, oh, Christ.
And everyone's going, yeah, what made you think that you look professional? Yeah. We try to look professional. Does it work for us?
No.
Nah.
No. Denied.
But we know all of this, and we're happy.
Oh, yeah.
We're incredibly happy.
Because at the end of the day, I'm having fun doing it, and that's all that matters.
Exactly that.
Do you know what else matters?
What? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. As Metallica would say, nothing else matters. See what I did there?
Nothing. As Queen would say, nothing really matters, but they wouldn't say it like a Cockney.
Oh.
I suppose.
Could you imagine it if Freddie sung like a Cockney?
Nothing really matters. Go on, well,
I want to break free, don't I? Yeah.
I want to break free from your lies.
Yeah.
Gaga, you are.
Yeah, bit of radio Gaga. Yeah, Flash. Yeah, he was the saviour of that universe, you know.
All we need is jolly good. I mean, kick it now.
Yeah. So.
Imagine if Imagine if a seagull wrote that song. All we need is radio. Yeah.
That
That was terrible, wasn't it?
was a bit, mate, I didn't like to say.
But do you know how much? Do you know how much you pay me? Nothing. That's why
Exactly. You get what you get.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. And what you pay for is not a lot.
You get nothing for a pair, not in this game. You Golden's in, says evening, Cole Fox, and all in the chat. Hello, Hugo. How you doing,
Good evening,
mate?
you. You've got me saying you now.
I know.
All right, you.
Yeah. How's it going, you? Yeah, see? I've got you saying that. I've got Ted dropping his H's. It's brilliant. My work here is complete.
Yeah. I've got even Mama Wolf says nothing now.
Yeah.
What do you want for your dinner? Nothing.
Nothing, she says. Nothing.
So you don't want some crumpets then? I want crumpets. Okay, so you want crumpets. I want crumpets. Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't nothing then, was it, Mum?
Yeah. Are you going to have a wash today? No, can't be bothered. You won't get any crisps. I'm having a wash.
Yeah.
Thought you might.
She's brilliant. She's got you wrapped round her little finger, mate.
Oh, God, yeah.
She's crafty, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how much cotton wool fibre pad you can get on this truck. Cole, there you go. Just a little bit round the edges is all I want. Everyone saying hello
A
to
little
you.
bit round the edges. What, to me? Cool, thank you. See what I did there? Do you see what I did there?
I did see what you did there, yes, dear.
Vastly impressed, aren't you?
Not really,
Vastly.
no.
You're vastly impressed.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, I'm vastly impressed.
Told you were vastly impressed. Told you.
They take
you
that
too
off. Right. Bit of that in there, my son. Get you a bit of that.
A little bit of that.
Got some detail work to do on the Gatling gun as well. Just noticed.
My dad used to call Battenberg cake Gatling bird cake, and I can never
did
hear the
he?
name Gatling. I can never hear the name Gatling gun without thinking it's somehow being mispronounced.
Yeah. Of course, I wouldn't mispronounce anything, would I?
Nah.
Yeah.
You mispronounce something? Never.
Never happens, does it? It's a myth.
Yep.
Right, a bit of that. Right, so we can slap that in there and get rid of that.
Slap it in. Do, 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 do. This is a bit like painting the seats in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, Millennium Fomac. Falcon. Fomac? What's Fomac? Graham says Womack and Womack teardrop single. Who liked
That's
it?
where it came. That's where it came from.
No idea, Graham. Not heard it, mate.
No.
Don't know them, to be honest with you.
I know of them. I've never actually heard them. That's a proper 1970s thing, isn't it? Womack and Womack.
I honestly don't know, mate. Name don't ring a bell, I'm afraid.
Was it 90s?
I don't know, mate.
Oh, Mac.
No idea. I'm sure someone will let us know. Right, might as well grab a bit of wherever it's gone, that, and that colour. Right, let's get that done whilst I think of it.
Get it done.
Get it done
What's that?
and boosted. You're in pretend Mockney mode, aren't you?
What?
Yeah.
Well, I have to be, because I can't be in actual Mockney mode, can I?
Yeah.
Cockney mode, because I'm not actually a Cockney.
Yeah, I
Or a
thought
Southerner.
you was in your Mockney mode.
Yeah. Thing is, I like your accent. It's
I
hard for
hate
me
it.
not to impersonate it.
Absolutely hate it with a vengeance, mate. Can't change it. It is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Have a bit of that. Graham says it was the 80s, Fox. There you go.
Ah.
No idea, mate, who they are. bad in it. I don't know who Womack and Matt. Yeah, then.
Womack and Womack. I know the name. I think it was a man and woman.
Yeah.
I believe they were a popular beat combo of some kind.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
A bit like Steel, they said Steel Eye Span. That's not right. I don't know. I don't know anything about music. I'm just shutting up now because it's just going to end badly, I think. Shutting down now, sir.
I kind of lost interest in music around about that time because it became very over-commercialised, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it lost its roots, so I just started losing interest.
Yeah, it's like it was always commercialised, but in the 80s it started to be made just purely for the sake of selling music rather than actually being made because it's music.
Yeah, exactly. The quality diminished for me, but
yeah. That's why you had so many bands in the 80s, like doing really angry, aggressive final albums with the particular publishing label because they would just tell them to churn them out.
Yeah.
It's like ELO did that with Time. I think they were just coming to the end of a publishing contract, and they just had to. They were like, "We really can't. We hate this contract. We're just being forced to churn it out, so we'll just do Time dead quickly." And it's actually a really good album. Or Mike Oldfield's Amarok was done as a finger in two fingers to Richard Branson because he was sick of it by that point.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually Morse code in Amarok that just says FURB.
Yeah.
Because he was just desperate to get out of the contract by that point. He was just having to churn it out like a cow. Churns out milk.
Absolutely.
And again, it's, to me, his best album. So these kind of grudge albums seem to be the best ones.
Yeah, normally when a musician gets a bit of spirit, isn't it?
Yeah, they're like, right, I'm going to screw you over. I think Vangelis did that as well. There's one called... what's it called? I can't remember what it's called now. It's terrible. It's just like metallic bonging noises for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like boom, pew. There's no music, and I think that was like a FU to the publisher, I think. I could be wrong. Can't remember what it's called now, though. Because I got it, and this would be good. It's like, oh no, it's absolutely not listenable at all because there's no actual music.
Yeah, they're all desperate for that contract to make them millionaires, and then suddenly they want to get out of it, and it's like, yeah,
when they start getting treated like a commodity, well, what do they expect?
Yeah, what do they expect? They signed the deal. They signed a 6-album deal. What did they expect? Oh, it's not fair. They want me to make another album. Yeah, you've only made 4.
Yeah. Also, look how much money you're earning for just doing a bit of music. Yeah. Thank you very much. All the same. Shut up.
Yeah, your very pampered and lovely life is due to these contracts and the people that pay their hard-earned cash to listen to your drivel.
Yeah.
You've made your millions, now you want to renege on your deal. Really?
How rude.
Yeah, sometimes I look at it and think, yeah, it wasn't that long ago I was reading that you was desperate for a record contract and now you want to bite the hand that's fed you.
Yep.
I felt a wibble coming on there. Jeff says, not really into the 80s plus music. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. I kind of lost interest. It lost its rawness, didn't it? And its spirit.
It just became a commodity then, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there was always the mass market music even in the 70s, but there was a lot more people doing it for the love of it and doing it, because it was just guys with a guitar and drum kit and stuff like that. Whereas the 80s came along, it was much more of a manufactured thing, and yeah.
Absolutely.
It's always been a commercial thing, but it just became more factory musicians rather than actual... I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, look at the Stock Aitken and Waterman. It was the same backing track for about 30 different artists, sped up in different ways. Yeah. You play Kylie Minogue, I Should Be So Lucky on 33 and tell me it doesn't sound like Rick Astley. Just saying.
It does, actually. I did try that once.
Yeah. So, yeah. Another good one to do it to is Tracy Ullman's Breakaway. That sounds like the Rolling Stones when played on 33. How would I know this? Because I did it. And And yes, that meant getting a copy of the Tracy Ullman track Breakaway just to do it, but it was worth the experiment.
Have you ever heard yourself slowed down?
Yes.
When I was very young, I was probably about 15 or 16. I inherited my brother's separate sound system, so it was like a tape deck, and there was a turntable, and there were speakers, and it was an amplifier unit and stuff. It was all like separates.
Yeah, I've got one next door.
Yeah, I'm just explaining for people that are young and don't know what a separate.
Oh, right, okay.
Because there's people out there that won't even know what.
Yeah, I'll shut up then, shall I?
No, I'm just saying. So anyway, I inherited the tape deck bit of it. I had no interest in the record player, which is stupid because I should have kept it really. And I discovered that if you press record, because I was messing about with microphones and stuff, and I discovered that if you press record and play but kept them sort of half pressed down, it would record at like quarter speed or even slower. So I'd be doing things like I'd be talking into a microphone, and before this I had no way to hear this, so I'd be talking into a microphone and just hearing myself playing back at like quarter speed. Or I'd do things like we were having the house decorated, so there was no like carpet or anything in the toilet, or nothing. It was all like just bare wood floors and stuff. And so I'd go in and put the microphone and flush the toilet, and then listen back to it at like an eighth of speed and hear it all. I was like, wow, this is amazing. All these weird sounds that I hadn't, because this was before samplers and stuff. It was amazing listening to these slowed down sounds of the real world. Yeah, I sounded right goofy, slowed down.
I sound goofy at normal speed, let alone sound slowed down.
Oh, shush. You sound fine.
Oh, ouch.
Don't do that.
That's me back, just giving me a bit of welly, letting me know it's still there.
I'm still here. Ow.
Yeah,
thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, thank you for that. Just letting me know.
For no reason at all, I've now got thank you for the music in my head. Brilliant.
That was ABBA, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it just popped into my head when you said thank you for that. I'm like, dear, oh dear. There it is.
Thank you for my bad back. It's
really hurting.
It's funny, I was having a move round and found how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 Warhammer kits that I didn't even realise I had.
Ooh, what were they?
The kits that are over there in the cabinet. Couple of Rugger Tracks squig wagons.
Oh, yeah.
Some dudes. A craft of some sort. So, yeah.
A craft. Ooh, cool.
Yeah, so they're all up there. So it's like, oh, I didn't realise I had them.
So there's an upside to doing little tidy-ups every now and then.
Yeah, yeah.
Although Party Brain was like, oh, God, there's more.
That was the thing. I was like, damn it. I thought I was doing
I thought I got rid of all these.
Yeah, I thought I was doing so well building me stash, but yeah.
I thought we'd broken away from this hellscape. Oh.
Yeah, but it's an incentive, isn't it, to pull your finger out. Bobbin says Festa sounds good in French and German. Yeah. My German's actually better than my English, mate.
Bizarrely, your Russian's the best. That's the one you can pronounce the best.
I know, I'm good at Russian.
Yeah, you don't want to admit that right at the moment.
Perhaps I should be one of them interrupter blokes, you know?
Interrupter for the United Nations.
Yeah. I'd love to do that. Just to be sat in a cubicle when the delegations are there, just to say, oi, Putin, you muppet.
Because you'd be there translating, you'd be like, blah, blah, blah. No, this guy's talking bollocks. What he's talking is absolute rubbish. You can't listen to this guy. He's talking nonsense.
Absolutely.
Don't believe a word he says.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be funny. He's telling porkies, don't believe him. Would be good. Just think of the fun you could have, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be in
Putting
the
people
element.
right in it. Putting people right in it.
I'd love to be a politician purely and simply because I would want to be that one politician that when they're asked a question actually gives an answer to the question they've been asked, just to be different.
You wouldn't last long, would you?
No, but it'd be great, wouldn't it? Do you think the Prime Minister's doing a good job? No.
I think he's a muppet.
Yeah.
But
why did you
he
say
pays
that?
me wages.
Yeah, you asked me. Yeah. You know, and well, yeah, I wouldn't last 5 minutes, but it would just be fun. One, to see what the journalist's reaction would be, but also the voters, the public, I think, would be quite happy to have people that are suddenly being honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, you'd be 10 years too late for Jeremy Paxman. That's the shit. He'd be there going, damn it, where were you when I was doing Newsnight?
Yeah, Michael Howard. Yeah, never forget that. If ever you want to see a politician avoid answering a question, go onto YouTube and search Jeremy Paxman interview Michael Howard. And you will see 20 minutes of the best political television in the world.
Yeah. Because it's Michael Howard not wanting to answer a question in a slimy way, and Jeremy Paxman just taking no crap.
Getting more and more aggravated with him, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mr. Howard, why did you find out? It's like, yeah. It was brilliant watching him squirm.
I think you'll find no.
So he would pause, and then Paxman would go, getting back to the question I just asked you. And then he'd go, oh, my point is, blah, 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 these figures from. And it's like, that's not what I asked you. And he would just go back and back. It was hilarious to see.
Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest non-interviews ever in this country.
He always used to get riled when a politician would try and blame something on the previous government.
Yes.
And he'd be like, it's like, yeah, that was 4 years ago. You've had that now.
Yeah,
You've been doing this for 5 years now. Shut up.
Yeah, you've been in office long enough. Yeah.
Like the Tories would blame it on Labour 8 years after the Labour had been in power. And it'd be like, it's not actually them, is it? Because they've not been doing anything for 8 years. Yeah. Do you want to shut up?
I don't know where you got your information from. It's from a memo, sir, that you wrote. It's like brilliant. Oh, yeah. It's like it's in. Oh, dear. Oh, brilliant.
Just want to know that you thought we'd hoped we'd all forgotten about, but we haven't.
Yeah. It is one of those. That's the one thing that drives me nuts about anything like that. Is you sit there and you think, yeah, I'm going to get an honest answer in this. Yeah.
No.
And we get as irate as the presenter, and it's like, yeah, really? Do you ever get them turn up on your door and they try to give you the party blurb?
No, we had our local Liberal Democrat lady turn up one day.
Yeah.
This is funny. She turns up in the winter, in December.
Yeah.
Turns up with some smarmy looking man who was probably a son. I don't know, might have been a PA, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm there and I'm like, whatever. Then she opened the door and she's like, hello, I'm such and such a local Liberal Democrat. I'm like, okay. She went, yes, we're just doing this thing. I was delivering this this sort of winter package to a lady down the road, but apparently she's died. I've just found out.
Yeah.
So I wondered if your mum would like it, because I know your mum's in her 80s. And I'm like, so, I'm like, okay, that's quite nice. Thank you. She goes away.
Yeah.
And I open it up and it's like a hot water bottle and a scarf and a thing explaining why they're doing it. And I'm like,
yeah,
this isn't at all what you're dropping. This is just you doing this to everybody on the electoral register who's over 80.
Yeah.
So you've just come to my front door and made up some crap about some old lady down the street who doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Dying, and now you've got this bag of stuff. It's like you should have just led with we're giving these to
we're giving these to the old folk because we care about them.
It's like
we get that. The last time they turned up here, the Conservative was given a police escort away because people got wind that they was door knocking, and there's a very anti-conservative feeling around here at the moment.
Yeah. I told Mum off, and she's like, silly cow.
Yeah. It did.
Why don't you just say... Because I watched her and she left. I closed the porch and she walked off and then went across the road to some other neighbour. And I'm like, they're doing exactly... It's just a door-to-door thing. They're not...
Yeah.
I'd make up that stupid-ass story when you could just It's much more impressive if you say the Liberal Party are donating all this crap to you.
I find that more insulting than them turning around and calling you a name. You know what I mean? It's like, don't insult me intelligence, mate.
That's what my wife's for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't annoy you.
But it was quite nice, you know. It was a woolly hat, and there was a little sort of woolly kind of throw thing that she could, wrap herself up in. There was a word search because, of course, old people like word searches, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely gesture, but it was spoilt by poor PR.
You know, there was a pen and there was a little magnifier thing for people that can't see very well. It's a very nice gesture.
Absolutely.
Just with the nonsense.
Hugh Golden says at the moment the bench is covered in old Triangle 00 gauge Pullman railway coaches that are getting restored, re-wheeled and lighting installed. Nice one.
There's a name you don't see from nowadays, Triangle, isn't it?
Yeah. Speedy says, I used to like Brian Walden interviews with politicians. He was ruthless. Yes. I'm old enough to remember his predecessor, Peter J. on Weekend World. Yeah.
Brian Walden, really? Yeah, because Brian Walden had a floppy lip. Hello, I'm Brian Walden.
And the older Brian Walden got, the more he looked like Count off of Sesame Street. Keep expecting him to go, what no?
And bizarrely, the music from Weekend World was actually called Nantucket Sleigh Ride. It's a song called Nantucket Sleigh Ride. It's like they had some great theme tunes for politics programs back in the 70s and 80s.
Brilliant theme, wasn't it?
Yeah. They had some great theme tunes for programs like that in the 70s. Nowadays, you just get that weird
jingle.
Crappy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a BBC one that I think on Sundays that what's his face did for a long time till he quit. It was, the political guy that had a stroke a few years ago. And he did a few documentaries.
Yeah, I know the one.
Big jug-eared guy. I can't remember his name. He's a really cool. He's a good host. But he had music on his that was like a saxophone and a rhythm, and it's like, wow, that's so 1990s. So 1990s.
Yeah, he was very young when he had his stroke as well. And I know the one you mean. I cannot for the life of me think of his name.
Big stick out ears. He did a few interesting documentaries on the BBC about British history, which were quite funny.
Yeah.
Andrew Marr, that's it.
Andrew Marr, that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Andrew Marr.
Yeah. Bluey, it's Bluey, gets in. He says as he can see his Bluey bus and other bits in a box,
I don't want to look at your Bluey bus, thank you very much. You can see your Bluey bus from here.
Go. I still can't understand how Bluey is your obsession. I seem to be the one with the Bluey stash. How has this happened to me?
You are what is called, in certain circles, my friend, an easy mark, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what some people would refer to you as, an easy mark.
Yeah.
I like to share my passions with people, and you like to absorb things.
Yeah.
Like a sponge.
Hey, mate, you know me. You can't sit here and say, I'll build anything and not be able to build anything. So
I'll build anything.com.
Yeah. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
I think it's purely because we may have different passions and likes, but at the same time we're both idiots. The same kind of idiot and the same 5-year-old brain. So
yeah, but I love being 5.5. I love being an idiot. It won't ever change.
Yeah. No. Why would you want to be grown up? That's boring.
Yeah, I don't want to be an adult. I've got no fun, no interest. Right.
Although I do admit I'd be really rubbish at falling out of trees at this age. Of course, I'm not really going to climb on up any trees anytime soon, but...
Yeah, because the landing is really going to... Yeah.
It's really weird. Every time I see a TV programme and somebody, drops to the floor on their knees...
Yeah.
Like maybe they've just been given a devastating fact, or they've been shot and just go like that, or something like that. Anytime I see an actor do that, every bone in my body just goes... And I get that kind of cold shiver because it's like, how did they do that without breaking the... I couldn't do that if I tried. It's just, I was watching Supernatural. There's one bit where Death is walking down this street in a town.
Yeah.
He gets out of this big car and he's just walking along and he's like very dapper looking. And this is actual Death. Mm. And he walks down the road and this guy kind of bumps into him and brushes past him. And then he just kind of goes, to his knees and dies. Mm. And it's like, but the actor just dropped to his knees on a concrete pavement. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Like, really?
Yep. Or the bit in West Wing where the president's told that his daughter's been kidnapped and he's in a hospital. He drops to his knees on the floor and he's like, oh, la, can't watch. Because it makes me hurt.
Yeah.
It just makes me cringe. I don't know why.
Classic programme.
West Wing, absolutely.
I would say, without doubt, the best political programme.
Yep. Favourite quote. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Am I still here? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Am I still here? Oh.
Best programme ever made, that was. Mm-hmm. I don't think there was a character in there that didn't work.
Yep. My favourite bit of all the West Wing is the Butterball turkey basting hotline.
Yeah.
Scene. That's so good. He's like, there should be a line where you can call and he's like, sir, there is. It's called the Butterball hotline. What?
There is a thing for this? Oh, yes.
So he calls him up and he suddenly realises as he started the conversation with the woman that he can't tell her who he is. He's like, Mr. Johnsonson.
Yeah. Trying to think of a name that he just couldn't get. Yeah. CJ was a good character in that.
Oh, CJ was great.
Absolutely well played. Alison Janey, wasn't it? CJ?
Yeah, when she found out that her like Secret Service name was, what was it, Pelican?
Pelican, yeah. Big Bird.
Flamingo. Big Bird or Flamingo, yeah, that's it.
Big Bird from Sesame Street, wasn't it? Because they invited Big Bird in, who sat on the seat, wasn't it? She sat down.
So funny.
And then instantly realised who was sat next to her, and it was like, yeah.
That was so funny, where he's just looking and she's just like, really? And he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, like, all right. Brilliant. Yeah, the Jackal.
They call me the Jackal.
You can tell, folks, we're fans of the West Wing.
Oh yeah, was it CJ that like suddenly discovered, or they suddenly realised that she was actually Canadian and not American or something?
There was something, wasn't there?
Then realised it was a mistake.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm 40 something and I can't suddenly become a Canadian. What?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, there were no bad characters or actors in that series at all.
No, it was really good, wasn't it? I
thought it was a shame when they got rid of Sam.
Sam Seaborn, yeah, but there was real life issues with Rob Lowe at the time.
I don't remember. Don't know what they
yeah. Yeah, allegations were made. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh. But then the guy that replaced him was like, okay, I like this guy too.
Yeah, but there were stories. Mm. So that's why he was written out of the show until things could settle down.
Yeah. You learn something every day, you see?
Absolutely. I just love that show. I'm so glad that I managed to get it all on disc, because I could just sit and watch that over and over again. It's Helen's favourite show.
I must save up for a box set for the next one.
PJ's been a member. He's for 15 months. He says, seeing as you're now in your late 50s, please accept this hot water bottle, word search mag, pen and scarf. Absolutely.
I see what he did there.
I'm a man of a certain age. I had today. Today I was proud to receive my bowel cancer fucking screening kit. Even. Courtesy of our friends at the NHS.
How do you screen for bowel cancer?
Oh, no, well, yeah. It's pretty obvious, Fox. Think about it, mate.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. So, yeah, that's when you know you've officially got old.
Yeah.
You can turn up and say, I've got swollen tonsils, and the first thing they do is, could you drop your strides whilst we check your prostate? So, tonsils aren't next to that, mate, but, you know, thanks. So, yeah, we...
curse you doctors and your holistic approach to medicine.
Yeah, we got that today. That'll cheer H up. That'll really cheer her up, because she'll now start really mocking me for being a old man.
Oh, yeah. Because now you get to the age where it's all butt stuff.
Yeah. It's all they want to do. Yeah.
Butt stuff.
It's like, really? Why do you want to do that? Why do you need to do that? Leave me alone. I'm not a politician. I don't want you to touch me there. Go away, you funny little man.
It's like, listen, I had to suffer 9 years of medical school. I have to get fun where I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to get revenge on my patients somehow.
Every now and then you'll get a really funny consultant that goes, well, people would normally pay good money for this sort of treatment. Yeah, comedian now, are we, mate? Yeah. It's like, really? Yeah.
They're always like, yeah, fair point, well made, bend over.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's not gonna get away with this, am I? Nope.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Bobbin says, I think, he says, that The West Wing is on Disney Plus. Oh, happy day.
Oh, is it? Oh, hello, I've got Disney Plus. Didn't realise that. I'll have to have a look.
It may well be, mate.
I've never actually seen The West Wing in anything more than like 240 to 340p or whatever, because it was always on. Let's say, how can we say, slightly unofficial streaming websites.
Yes.
And watch it. So you know.
Lindsay's Builds in saying, morning, guys. Morning, Lindsay. Hope you're keeping well.
Hey, Lindsay. I'm just going to step away for one moment, my friend.
Yeah, you do what you got to do, mate. Yeah, if it's on Disney Plus, even better, but yeah. Yeah, at least you'll be able to see it in modern aspect ratio. But yeah, that's a bit of a bluey grey, that, so I'm not a fan of that, to be honest with you. If they do that to me, they'll be asked to walk away. Well, at the end of the day, Graham, it's all part of the screening, mate. You know, if it stops you getting late stage cancer, mate, for me, it's worth the discomfort. You know what I mean? So, it's one of them, mate. They're not romantically interested in you anyway, mate. They're doing their job. At the end of the day. But don't get me wrong, it's not the most pleasant of things, but it's done for a reason, mate. Hugh says we get a stall sampling kit through the door every couple of years for Bales. Yeah, that's what I got today, Hugh. Yeah. I was going to have to explain to Fox how to use one, you know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah. It's first I had heard about it, mate. You know, I had the thing come through, the letter saying it was going to arrive, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah. Would you say every couple of years, Hugh, yeah? At the end of the day, you know, it's a preventative thing, isn't it? Colin, he says, did it come with a single finger glove asking for a friend, Fox? Yeah. The need to explain, this is what I call the Fox effect. You know, when you say, oh, yeah, you got a screening kit, and he comes out with the infamous, how'd you do that then? It's like, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Come on. I have to laugh at his naivety at times. Led a very sheltered life. Yeah. I'll just remember PJ to take me spanner bracelet off. See what I did there? Yeah. So, yeah, it's like different. Does this happen in other countries? Do you get this sort of thing happen to you out there? I don't know, but Or is it just a UK thing? I honestly don't know. But it's nice to know that they've got your welfare and at heart. That's how I see it. Right. So that looked a bit bluey grey to me, but it has taken the shine off that tyre. So he's back, folks, in case you didn't hear. So it has actually taken the shine off of it. So, ooh, it's a bit bluey grey for my liking, but I've got to put dust and detritus all over it yet. So we'll see. We'll see.
There are many steps.
Absolutely. Kevin Stevens is in saying good evening. Colin and Fox, good evening. Kev, how are you, mate? Nice to see you in, mate.
Goodly evening.
How you doing, mate? Love to you and Jackie in a manly kind of way. Right, let's have a bit of the old moot green, I think, because I want to do them. So we'll have a bit of that. What else have we got? They're leather, aren't they? The bullet belts, are they? Or aren't they? Can't remember. Would they? But yeah, let's do that. So that'll be a bit of that.
Leather belts on your bullets.
A bit of that. Where is it? There it is. Have you a bit of him? Did I like that tyre or not? I need to think about it before I do the others.
Thinking? What?
Everyone saying hello to Kevin.
Steady your ears.
Yeah, so let's do a bit of that.
Went downstairs to make my wall for brew and had to evict the world's largest slug from the kitchen. It was the size of a German Shepherd.
Oh, really? So in other words, it was about 1 millimetre long, wasn't it?
No, we get really big ones around here.
Yeah.
But, yes, it was like, oh, God.
Did you get all cockney with it and go, get out of here, you slug?
I did, you slug.
See what I did?
I see what you did there. I like that.
You did, didn't you?
We have the special, what Mama Wolf calls the slug teleporter.
All right.
Which is basically a spatula.
Yeah.
I remember like a few years ago, our friend Paul, sent me a load of like flexible silicon spatulas, which are actually brilliant. I use them all the time. But one of them is dedicated as a slug catapult.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we basically just pick the slug up, open the back door and heave it out the back door into the garden area. There you go, fly and be free. It was ejected.
Oh, bless.
But Mum Wolf calls them adventure tubes because they like to come out in the middle of the night and go for an adventure in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She'd be like, there's a tube in the kitchen. Ugh. Hang on. I had 7 the other night I had to throw out.
Really? How are they getting in then? Through the gap in the brickwork or something? Because
yeah, there's like a little gap in the wall, I think, somewhere around the back of the washing machine. Oh, we've got those old bricks in the walls where they're just full of holes. You know, the air bricks.
Oh, yeah, the air bricks, yeah.
Yeah, got them as well.
Yeah, we got them.
But I went in the other night and it's like there were 2 on the carpet. I'm like, right, you're going out. And I went to the back door to open it and there's like 5 of them on the door. I'm like, really? Just whizzing around on the back door. And I'm like, oh, come here. God damn it. Plus, I think our back door's an old wooden one. I don't think it's quite sealed properly anymore, so we need to get a new back door put in. But I think we've got a little hole in the brickwork somewhere that no one can get to. It's not the end of the world. It just means you've got to throw the occasional slug out, which is a bit of a pain in the bum.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying, isn't it?
Oh, they're harmless. They just pootle about.
Right.
I put my finger down once in front of one.
Yeah.
And it just went over my finger, because I don't mind snails and slugs and things. Went over my finger like that, but I took my finger away and it kept going as if my finger was still there. I'm like, wow, you guys are stupid, aren't you? Actually find them fascinating.
Yes. Panzer's in, saying good evening, good morning, or whatever.
Hey,
hello, Pans, how you doing, geese? Nice to see you in, mate. Let's get... Where's it gone?
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Oops.
You know my...
Never painted seatbelts before.
And yeah?
No. I don't do cars, do I? So
Yeah.
normally.
Oh, you ain't lived until you've painted a bit of seatbelt, mate.
Bit of hot seatbelt action going on.
Let's get a bit of that going, I think.
A little bit of that.
Let's just move you safely. So let's bring that out and do all of them.
Swing of the waters.
Swing of the wall. Swing of the wall. Right.
Dig in the dump. What metal colour do I want? Let's do a...
Get this all filled in.
Breaker, I think. Let me find it. Where is my iron breaker? There. No, that's Rainfang steel. There, I have it now.
Yeah, a bit of water on that. We'll go around all of that, I reckon. Because we can.
Panzer says, before PJ asks, Noms will be a pair of the infamous Festa ping burgers.
Good man. That's what I had tonight, Pan's ping burgers, because I'm home
Proper
alone.
rustlers, yeah.
Yeah.
Proper rustlers ping burgers.
Burger and bacon it was. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with a rustlers ping burger.
Absolutely. Well,
I mean, you can.
you can if you're me, yeah.
Yeah, if you think now, if you read 90 seconds as 8 minutes or something.
Yeah. I know.
You're that kind of special.
I am.
You are that kind of special, aren't you, Cole?
I am.
We've known for a long time.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm comfortable with my non-abilities in the kitchen. I accept it. I accept my uselessness.
You are a facepalm generator. That's your purpose in life.
Absolutely. You know, there are, you know, at the end of the day, we're all good at certain things and we're crap at others. So, you know, we can't be perfect. We can't all be a guru, good at everything, can we? See what I did?
Like, you know, reading numbers.
Yeah.
Not everybody can read numbers.
Yeah.
Competently.
Yeah, well, I try.
You do.
At the end of the day, it adds character, doesn't it? It's character building. Yeah.
And on the ping burger, it adds a crust.
Yeah. It is probably still somewhere buried down the bottom of the garden because it was like a bowl of granite, mate.
Oh, did it not go into landfill? It's blocking up. It's filling up a hole in Wales somewhere.
It was just rolled down the garden path. Yeah. My youngest, he said, look, Dad, it's like a bowling ball. I was like, really? How long are you going to mock me for? Ever, he says. Ever.
Yeah.
And he's not
For
far
all
wrong.
of the time.
I mean, I think
No,
he
he's
was
right
about...
to do so.
I think he was about 8 when this happened. He's 26 now, so he's had a good run.
Is it like any times he has to do something that's 90 seconds, he says, it's 90 seconds, Dad, that's 90 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, it's burger time, he goes. I'm going, yeah. It's not really.
Never let it lie.
That's all right. I don't mind. I'm not bitter in any way, shape or form.
He says, amending the will.
I hadn't thought of that.
Damn it. What are you doing, buddy? What are you working on?
I'm filling my tyre because it's getting on my nerves being all open.
I would do that, you see, but that involves actual work now. And I'm in the painting stage now. I can't go back to building.
Yeah. That's just annoying. So I'm just going to go old school with it and just fill it. Let that cure and then it'll be paintable then.
Oh, I see. You're just jamming it full. Cool. Oh, you mean the spare wheel one? All right, right.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing all the tyre wheels, but they're custom made wheels.
Mine are custom made, so I don't need to.
I suddenly realised that. You wouldn't need to. What did you fill it with? What were you using?
Tissue paper and PVA.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's old school, isn't it?
Interesting.
Decoupage, is it? Paper mache, whatever you call it.
What is decoupage? Where you use like paper and glue and you put an image on a piece of wood with it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's decoupage, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like
decoupage officer. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Oh, so you're doing 98 and a 30 zone. Okay.
Yeah, just pop the bubble. There you go. That's what we want. Right, where did I put that? Where did that go? So, yeah. That's what we want. Get rid of the bubbles.
Bubbles.
Roll out your bubbles. Roll out your
Roll
bubbles.
out your bubbles of stuff.
There you go.
Bubbles.
Fill in. And hopefully that'll go all nice and PVA clear, and then I can paint the inside of it.
Yeah.
So, cool. Folks, there you go. One filled-in tyre.
Look at that.
Good, isn't it? I can tell you're impressed.
Is it full fat PVA or did you water it down?
No, it's full fat. Extra tacky Eileen's extra tacky.
Just monged it all together, and that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I've got a couple of bottles here that I keep like an optic. You've got Eileen's tacky and Fast Grab tacky. Yeah.
I think I've got a thing of home base extra tacky glue or something. That's all I've got.
Yeah, same stuff basically.
It's just PVA, isn't it?
Yeah, but once that's all dried off, see, I can come back and paint that. See, there you go.
Cool. You learned a thing here today, kids.
See, you too can fill your wheels in on a Bluey car.
No, I don't like you two.
Yeah, or as my mum says, that bony old bloke's an half and half. Yeah, all right, Mum. Yeah.
She's not wrong.
It's like, yeah, I know exactly what you was going to say, Mum. Yeah. In fact, she still calls him Bonio, cracks me up. It's like, we've all said to her many, many times, his name's Bono, Mum. Yeah, him and all, she says. Yeah, all right.
Is that a bit like you saying Italieri?
Yeah. Exactly. Same thing, mate.
Bless.
Yeah. But the more you point these things out, the more I'm going to say it, because I know it annoys you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it doesn't annoy me at all. I just find it vastly amusing.
Yeah, no. I think you'll find it's said. I think you'll find I don't care how it's said. Yeah. Right. Where did it go? It's there.
Space is where it went.
We have got a bit of the old dirty down to put on the windscreen mesh.
Ooh.
We could do with moving that now to let that dry. So let's carefully move that, which means I'm going to drop it. Oh, nearly fell out my chair then.
Don't drop it, dude. Don't fall out your chair either, you spoon.
Yeah, I just overbalanced and managed to catch myself just in time. Oh,
did you make a bottom noise?
I might have done.
There's bottom noises.
Right. Cracks, there it is. Right,
don't fall out of your chair.
I'm off to bed to peruse my vintage Mayfair collection. Oh, lovely. Amazing what one finds in one's attic. Nighty night. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for that, Hugh. Nice to see that your gut humour hasn't changed. Yeah. So whilst Hugh's away to engage himself in activities, yeah.
Activities.
I don't know. Takes all sorts, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Things I wouldn't admit to.
Hey, you would. No, we all do it, but we don't want to talk about it. Do you know what I've got downstairs?
Oh, dread to think what you've got downstairs, mate.
In the kitchen.
I was going to say, you know, after what Hugh's just said, you know, you come back with just what I've got downstairs.
I have not 1 pack, but 2 packs of potato cakes.
Oh, good man.
And I do have access to an enormous jar of Marmite.
Dragon Lovers 68 is it, says I, Colin and Fox. Hello, Connie, how are you?
Hello.
I've got next to me, that was sent by a mate of mine, a full box of, what are they, what's the brand again? Seabrook beef crinkle cut crisps.
Seabrooks are the ones I wrote to in the 90s when they used to put quotation marks around all the wrong words on their packaging.
Oh, you didn't?
I did, because they'd do it. They'd put like quotation marks around loads of words on for no reason, but also they put it around all the wrong words.
You really are that man that everyone does like, aren't you?
Yeah, like they put on the weight 30 grams E. It's like, well, why there's quotes around grams? They are literally grams. It's not a euphemism. So I wrote to them and said, can you please just stop? It used to drive me nuts.
Dude, you really need to get out more.
It just angered me. I don't know why.
So I wrote to him and said, are you that please? Important that you need to mention this to a manufacturer?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
I was young and naive and it just drove me nuts. So I wrote to them and said, I like you, Chris. They're really great, but please stop using quotation marks all the time. It's really annoying. And they did.
But the thing is deep down, I know you'd still do that. I have a friend who keeps saying mispronunciation. Can you shoot him for me? Oh dear, just when I thought that you was mad, you go and prove that you're even madder than I thought you was.
It's like every time I go into our local sandwich shop.
Oh yeah.
They put an apostrophe in potatoes and paninis, and it's like, oh, I'm going to say something someday. Oh, but they do fantastic sandwiches. But I walk in, and I'm like, I'm fighting every urge to just say, can you just give me the chalk and put me near that blackboard?
Yeah, but
potatoes with an E and an apostrophe.
To go round feeling that you have to correct people all the time. Yeah,
I do.
That's just
it's for the better of humanity.
No, it's
Trust
not.
Me. It is.
That's you just being a know-it-all. That's what that is. That's just comedy. Yeah. Oh, that's unbelievable.
It was my duty as a civic-minded individual.
It's when someone sits there and says, I just had to say this, but I think you'll find that should be a darker shade of grey. And it's like, why do you feel you're that important in my life that you had to say that and I'd actually listen to you? I just find that whole concept a bit arrogant, to be honest.
I wouldn't do it for something like that, but when it's like something that's on packaging.
Something that's not really important, like an apostrophe in the wrong place. Yeah, come on.
No, but it just drove me nuts. Plus, it was fun. I was just having fun anyway.
That's just, yeah.
My colleagues were like, you're not going to do it, are you? I'm like, yeah, go on then.
Oh my God. Brilliant. Would any of you in the chat do this? Graham says, I'm off to catch up with a few no-names. Yeah, no worries, Graham.
No names, you say?
Yeah.
I was hunting lots of monsters in a dream the other night. It was great.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, I had like a rifle that was also a laser gun, but it was also just a rifle.
Don't tell me they had put apostrophes around words that shouldn't have had them.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Couldn't help myself.
Exactly what it was. Yes, I was shooting all these monsters. It was quite good.
Yeah.
I will not apologise.
PJ says, if we don't correct people's grammar, how else are they supposed to learn? Exactly. But yeah, this just the fact that you need to correct people. I just don't get that. It's like,
well, it's
not so much that, you know.
It's more that somebody's being paid at that company to just do half thought out packaging. Somebody's getting paid a wage for that, and it's like, really? And they can't even spell the word.
Yeah. You know, when you say you need to correct people, it's like, well, why do you need to do that? I don't get it. You know, what makes you feel that you're so important to have to do that to someone? I just find it a bit insulting. It's my own personal opinion is all.
I was commanded by God.
Yeah, I just think it's a bit much, to be honest.
On a corporate packaging, it's just more like you're paying someone to do that job and they're not doing it. And it's annoying.
You know, it's...
Plus, it probably looks bad for them. And I'm saying, you're kind of looking a bit better when you do that now. I want to improve that. You look a bit better.
It's just a little bit. Each to their own, I suppose.
I make no apologies.
Oh, but likewise, you'll need to correct them. You know, it's pretty much my thing of, you know, thinking, well, why'd you feel the need to do that? I just find it a bit odd. But each to their own.
Well, that was because it was funny. It was purely because it was funny doing it to them. That's why I don't do it normally. I don't normally go to people and say, hey, you've spelled that wrong. That's why I haven't done it in the sandwich shop, even though it drives me nuts when I see it. Because they can't help it. But doing it to like corporate packaging, well, yeah, you want to tell them they got it wrong.
Oh dear, I have to laugh.
I do it to you because it's just comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it all be like, oh, you know, you're supposed to say this. Well, I don't give a shit. I say it how I want, and if it bothers you, tough. You know, I'm not being funny. I went to school up until the age of 18. And, yeah, you know, that's then, that's now. I talk how I talk, and if you don't like it, don't listen to me. I don't mind.
I only do it to Colin when it's just on a stream and it's just being silly. But
yeah.
Because that's just comedy content more than anything else.
I've had it when I've been rivet counted. Oh, I couldn't help but notice, and I feel I had to say. Well, why do you feel you have to say? You know, I build models for me, not for you. And you get into that whole mentality then of these people, I think you're fine. I just find it a little bit rude that people have to impose their opinion on you like that. I just think it's a bit...
Yeah, I don't agree with rivet counting where they're saying, you know, it's this is that and this is wrong, something like that. But, you know, on spelling it's different, but...
I see it once. There was a young kid. We remember this classic example because we've all spoke about it off air. Famously, there was a kid that put a post up in a group and was rivet counted. Now, that kid probably never built another model kit after that. And I just think that that's too much, isn't it?
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that.
You know, so... Yeah. It's one of them. This is the thing. It's all about different opinions, isn't it? But I do find the whole mentality where people all sit there and they're all edgy. Oh, I've got to tell them that that's the wrong colour. And it's like, why? Leave them alone.
Yeah, well, that's a different situation because that's opinions, and that's
don't get me wrong. If someone says this is a picture of Winston Churchill smoking a pipe, you're going to go, well, he smoked a cigar. But you know, if it's supposed to be something that's period accurate, and they're asking for a critique, then yes, I understand. But to nitpick for the sake of nitpicking because you want to prove you're right and someone's wrong, I just find a little bit much. You know, but. It's all down to personal opinions, I suppose, isn't it? But you're never going to stop rivet counters because you still see it now. We see it all the time in groups, don't we, rivet count?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're never going to get rid of it.
You know, and it's like, dude, why did you do that to that person? It's their first model. Yeah, but, you know, I felt I had to. But why? They might never build another kit now because of that comment. If you ask for critique, as long as it's constructive, I think, fine, good luck. But I don't know. Sometimes there are know-it-alls that just can't help themselves, and that angers me.
But I still felt compelled to do it with this company because it was their package.
Oh, you would, because it's in you. That's how you are. You are like that.
No, because that's making me out to be an absolute arse, but I'm not.
No,
I don't sit there and rivet count people's work. I don't sit there and rivet count people's work, but when I see a company with...
When it comes to language, you are a classic nitpicker. It's how you are, because it's just how you are.
Well, no, but I'm not expressing an opinion, am I? I'm just saying
I'm not going to argue about it. I'm just talking. But, you know.
No, I'm
not getting all offended, mate, because that's
I'm not getting offended. I'm just saying.
I mean? It's like, really?
No, I'm getting offended. The same.
Same as am I.
Yeah, well, there you go then.
There you go. We're both just saying then, aren't we?
Yeah, just saying.
Oh, God, have the last word. Go on. Here we go.
I didn't have the last word.
Oh, no, you didn't, Fox. It's in my head, mate. Stefan Last is in saying hello. Hello, Stefan. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Stefan.
Just at the right time when all the wibbles are starting. Get in.
Yay.
Get in. Yeah. And he's saying hello to Kevin. Spiddy's off, catching you later. Bedtime for me, he says. No night, goodly folks. Take care, Spid, mate.
Hey, Spid.
Thanks for coming in and saying hello, mate.
Yes.
Always nice to see you.
Mm-hmm.
To see you. Nice. Oh, yeah.
I love the fact, you know what makes me really laugh is that I love the fact that people think we really hate each other sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
When we have this little back and forth. And it's like, wow, these guys really don't get on. It's like, no.
Yeah, we do. It's just not, you know, at the end of the day, we don't always have to agree with each other. That's humanity. Yeah. That's real people.
This is just us doing like backwards and forth banter and fun bickering.
Yeah, no, but
like an old married couple.
Absolutely.
But I do find it amusing that sometimes people think, you know, that we're like, oh, they're always at each other's throats. It's like, yeah.
People go, oh, you two don't get on, do you? And it's like, yeah, we do.
Yeah, like brothers, mate. It's like, yeah. I think it's quite endearing that they think that.
We like to express our opinions,
yeah.
You know, and that's all it is. We're only talking.
Yeah.
Right. A bit of that going on with that.
What are you doing?
Everyone's saying goodbye to Spiddy. I'll just put in a couple of panel lines on the turret whilst I thought of it.
Ooh.
It's that horrible itty-bitty stage where you can't put your shades on yet until you've done a few of the detail bits, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a bit...
It's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, piggledy, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not fully, but at the same time...
Well, because some parts of it are drying with what you've done, you're trying to navigate around it without touching anything that you've already painted, so...
Like I've just done there.
Yeah, and it's remembering what you've just painted and all.
I mean, I'm just painting these metal bits now, and I'm trying not to get paint on the brown leather, but where I do, I'm thinking, crap, what colour brown was that I've got to... Oh, God, I've got no idea.
Yeah, I forget.
So I've just gone, right, I'll do a dark brown, and it's a shadow. There you go. Screw it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because you've got to touch in a bit of brown that's not just one spit. It's like dry brush, so it's like it could be any kind of colour.
Absolutely.
Sound like you're having fun there?
I am, mate. I wasn't doing a hue. I was shaking a bottle of Montfang Brown. I just want to clarify this.
Shake your bottle.
Anyone of a nervous disposition.
I've just been using that.
Yeah.
Montfang Brown.
That was it. That's what I was painting. That's it. Totally lost my train of thought again. A gun belt. Yeah.
There's lovely.
Body engine. Go.
I used to like the voice of Die Station. You know, the station master.
Yeah.
Because I can see the actor's face. I don't remember his name. I can see the actor's face in my head now because he did loads of other stuff. But he had this voice that was a wonderful, like, it was kind of like he smoked 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is that kind of like slightly throaty voice? Yeah, slightly throaty, full of, like he was speaking through cotton wool. And I'm like, I used to love that voice. Yeah. Great.
Proper gravel throat, wasn't he?
Yeah. And maybe he didn't. I don't know if he did, but that's what he sounded like.
Yeah, we all know the sound of that gravelly voice, don't we? Yeah. Or smoked.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't mean like that. I don't mean like that kid's dead. But it was more like
I've smoked 80 fags gravelly voice.
Yeah, I'm speaking through an inch and a half of glurpy stuff in my throat.
Yeah.
A pleasant smoker's voice rather than an absolutely nightmarish, evil,
yeah,
offensive to my ears kind of voice.
Moving on, looking at the post-it.
That post-it's got a lot of mileage.
It has, mate. I'll tell you. It's earned its money, mate. That post-it, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
especially on the E-model shows.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yes.
Yeah. Not so much on your Sunday shows. No. What have I been saving up? What was I saving up?
I don't know. Can't remember.
I said that I've been saving up my small unit of currency.
Pennies.
Yes. Which is what you eventually said.
Yeah, you're asking me to remember something that has gone out of my head. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I do then? I can't remember, mate. That's a week ago.
Let's just say you misread the word pennies.
Oh, did I say gentleman's pork sword or something?
Yeah. But
dear.
Your brain kind of... The funniest thing was, right, you said, you basically said the sentence, I've been saving up, and then that word.
Yeah.
But it was more funny that your brain just carried on and didn't actually register the fact that you'd said that. Your brain read it out and thought, yes, this is a perfectly cromulent sentence. There's no reason at all I should worry about what I
remember because Kevin sent me a message or sent me, did you realise what you just said? And I'm like, hey, what did I say then? Yeah. It's like,
And I was more amused that your brain was like, that's a perfectly acceptable sentence.
Yeah,
Let's carry on.
My brain didn't think I'd done anything wrong, mate, but yeah. It's like, oh dear, that sounded wrong.
It was so funny.
I'd done well, though. I'd got through most of the show without any bad words, so I didn't do too bad.
It's your Sunday show, though. It's a bit more free on your Sunday show, right?
That's got to be now, mate. I got fed up with them not getting monetised, so it's a case of, oh, well, why bother now? It's like, I've given up.
Yeah.
No matter how I try, it's like, yeah.
I mean, that word once in a stream shouldn't make any difference, but it's like
You'd be surprised.
Said before.
Yeah, most of the Friday shows now are on limited ads. So,
yeah, I'm always really careful not to say anything wrong on your Friday shows, but I know I say stuff occasionally. It's like, I try really hard.
Already done one yourself tonight.
Have I?
Yeah. Those two gentleman things that go next to a pork sword, beginning with the word B and ending in OKS.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I didn't even realise I said that.
I'm not going to repeat it because, but yeah, you did.
No, I mean, that shouldn't cause any problems, but YouTube is such pains at the moment.
They've been a real pain at the moment. Most of the last, I'd say, dozen frolics are all unlimited now. So I've kind of given up now with the monetisation on live streams. It's like, yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's not good at all.
That's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the only saving grace, I suppose, is that does tend to come in after the stream's finished, so...
Yeah, hopefully. It's like anything, though. With certain countries at the moment you can't mention because of what's going on. That gets done because quite often, we've blurted out the odd bit about it, and yeah... So, yeah, they tend to just pull it up now. It's like, yeah, no worries, whatever.
Yeah. Still, it could be worse. It could be owned by Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah. 46 billion quid he's basically pouring down the drain, isn't he? It's like, wouldn't it be nice to have that much money where that doesn't bother you? Yeah.
It's like, let's take this brand that's internationally recognised and has actually become a verb.
Yeah.
And let's replace it with X.
Yeah.
Which means nothing and can't be verbed.
Yeah, I don't get why he's doing it. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But to be that rich and to be so bored that you have to do things like this.
Yes.
I don't think Mummy paid him enough attention as a child. Yeah.
Yes. It's like, how can such a successful businessman be such stupid? It's like, really?
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? Because
considering he's made all the wrong decisions.
Yeah, he's paid someone a lot of money to make these decisions. He's PR people, and yet, yeah.
And
Jeff said, demonetisation stinks. He says, have some monetisation. He's put in a $5 super chat. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I didn't say it for that reason, mate, but many, many thanks. But yeah, it's just YouTube at the moment are very, very picky with certain phrases, certain conversation topics, and obviously language. You know, you can't be seen to be promoting opinions on anything at the moment because
so to keep it advertiser friendly, isn't it, basically?
Pretty much, mate. Because we live in a very woke world now, so you've got to be so careful. And of course, you know, someone will ask a question, or we'll be talking about the news or what we've been seeing, and these things happen in conversation, but YouTube do get you for it, and you just got to be really careful now. Steve is in. He says, good evening, gents. Good evening, Steve. How are you, buddy? Lovely to see you in.
Right, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for all normal oil to dry.
I've been waiting for a girl like you. No, that's a song, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I could start the dry brushing on the inside, but I don't want to start it unless I'm going to finish it. I'd rather do it on a single stream of consciousness. I'm going to let these dry for a minute.
He started, so he'll finish. Who's that? That was Magnus Pike, wasn't it? Was it Magnus Pike, Mastermind?
Magnuson.
That's him.
Magnus Pike was the wavy arm science.
That was it.
My friend actually works at Jodrell Bank Observatory as an explainer.
Yeah.
And you know, people come in and he explains things. And like, does the you know, the, what do you call it? The thing where you see all the stars and the ceiling and stuff, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he said he was really proud because somebody says to him, "You wave your arms around like Magnus Pike," and he's like, "I felt really proud when they said that. I've obviously done really well."
He does.
I beg your pardon. I'd have less beans if I were you, mate.
Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm just shaking a bottle of paint.
No. Just sounds like a delicate trump. With bits. That's the sweet corn. I think you swallowed a fish bone there, mate.
Swigging Pig says, night all, I'm now old, so I need to head off to my bed. No worries, mate. I'm a night hawk, mate, so I won't be going to bed now till early doors, mate. Edward Leonard is in.
Night hawk.
Says, evening, Cole, Fox, Hem Chat. Hello, Edward. How you doing, geese? Hope you're doing all right, mate. Good squishy. Good squishy.
Night hawk or night hawk?
Yeah, much better than that other dodgy squishy you did the other week, mate.
I did a fine squishy, but I don't know why people say
it was minging, mate. It was a good one. It was a right minger of a squishy, mate. No effort.
I never fall short on my squishy duties.
Yeah, no effort was put into it. Very lethargic squishy it was, mate.
I take my squishing very seriously, thank you very much, all the same.
Oh, bless you. Hopefully you're all right, Edward. I hope you're chilling down, mate, and having a good day. Or good evening, or whatever time it is. In your neck of the woods. Is he Canadian, Edward? Or is he America?
I can't remember which one Edward is.
No, I can't. Apologies, Edward. You've probably told us both a million quadrillion times, but...
Quadrillion, even? Ooh.
Yeah.
Getting you with your made-up numbers.
I know, but this is me and Fox. We are useless.
That was a good number, that.
It was. Everyone say good night to Swinging Pig. Happy days.
Good night, Swinging Pig, yeah.
Panzer Cat's off skate. See you later, Panzer.
See you, Panzer. Jabel.
Unless Panzer was saying good night to someone, because Swinging Pig's just said good night to Panzer. I just assumed Panzer's off.
We don't know, do we? We don't know anything anymore.
No.
It gets very confusing sometimes. That's why sometimes I'll say hello to someone as if they've just come in chat and they've been in for like an hour. They're just saying hi to someone else. I'm like, I hate when that happens. You're like, oh, yeah. It's like when you wave to someone on the street and then realise you don't know who they are and you're like, oh, crap.
He's in North Carolina in the USA. Happy days, Edward. Happy days, mate. You do realise we will say, oh, hello, Edward, next week. And it'll be, where are you again? Yeah.
I'll be like, g'day, bro.
Because we really are that bad, didn't we, dude?
We bad.
A little bit of streaking. They call me the streak. So I did. Steve says, I'm slowly converting a Revell 1/10 Land Rover Defender to a 90 using the C1 trans kit that has no instructions. Yeah, you got to love them trans kits, mate. They are good.
He's converting Revell Land Rover into an actual Land Rover.
So he did there.
He's converting Revell kit into the thing it actually supposed to be.
I am going to get another one of them, and I'm going to do it as the short wheelbase because, yeah, it's got to be done.
Short wheelbase. Short wheelbase is the best.
Because we both at one time owned short wheelbase Land Rovers.
88, an 88 or 80? I've forgotten now. 80, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah.
88's the big German anti-aircraft gun. Spoon.
Mine was had the big towing hook on it and the boom arm in the what would have been the rear end because it was a flatbed conversion.
Mine was just a typical bench seats in the back going down the side. Thank you very much.
Absolute workhorse that was, that little Landy.
Yeah, I think mine when I got it was on the last leg, so it pootled around quite a lot, but I think a year of going up and down the motorway to Ashton kind of killed the engine.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wrecking truck. Used to do all the vehicle recovery in it. It was like...
Mine got so many cracks in the engine block and it still ran.
Yeah.
But in the end, the diff just collapsed halfway down the road, and I was like, you know what? I just need to sell it now because I just can't be
used to keep tightening your head down every time it started leaking because there was another crack. It's like, just crank it up a quarter of a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, though, it's like, for some reason I got stuck in this trap of thinking to myself, I can only go to like this one mechanic who knows about Land Rovers, who was like 1,000 miles away, when I could have probably just taken it to any garage.
Yeah.
But I got thinking to myself, I need to go to somebody who knows these Land Rovers properly. I need to go to a proper Land Rover specialist, and that's for some reason. And then it became too much hassle. Then I'm like, I'm just going to sell it. But I suppose in reality, I could have just taken it to any old.
There's a fella down the way there. He's got a short wheelbase that he's doing up, and it's like, I still want to ramble down there.
What was yours? A Series 3 or a Defender?
Series 3, mate.
Good lad.
Yeah.
Is the right answer.
Yeah. Poor thing. It was well used and abused, but...
That's what they meant for, that, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was a proper little workhorse, mate, you know. Lost count how many times I welded the chassis on it. Because where it was used as a breakdown rig, obviously, you'd crack the rear end of the chassis. So, yeah,
you're putting a lot of stress and torque on the chassis.
A lot of stress on it. It wasn't designed for it, not the short wheelbase anyway. But
no.
So, you'd keep reinforcing it. Various girders got welded in there in configurations, but yeah. But it done the job at the time. That was the thing. It done the job.
I love the idea that, you know, to use as an agricultural vehicle or industry, you just hook something up to the differential, and then you've got like a crane or a machine to drive something, or a thing to drive your big industrial lathe or whatever it is you need.
Oh yeah. It's what most people used them for, wasn't it? Was some form of thing like that, you know. But
they're designed for. Just drop a thing into the gearbox and you can now power an industrial wood
you only had to stick a universal joint in there. Boom. That was it. Connect up what you want. Pulleys,
like
belts.
A mobile water mill, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. My missus used to love that little Landy. She used to love getting gunned along in that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think she drove it once in all the years I had it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I kind of had this hope because for some reason I ended up being the guy that would give people lifts everywhere.
Yeah.
So I thought when I got it, well, the good thing is right now, because it's so uncomfortable in the back with these bench seats and it's got drum brakes and leaf suspension.
Yeah.
It's fine for me in the driver's seat because I can anticipate the bumps and lumps because I'm the one driving.
Absolutely, and you've got something to hold on to as well, see, so yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, at least this will now stop people asking me for lifts. No, it didn't. Because it was fun. And they like so I'd get lifts requests for everywhere, and it's like, oh, yeah. God, I don't...
Corner stability was something that was unique.
Yeah. Did you grow the extra bones in your arms?
Yeah.
Did you have that 6 months of really hurty elbows when you first drove it?
Well, you was clattering them in the corner of the doors. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it really hurt me just having to turn the wheel.
Or you would go for a sharp corner just to see how far your passenger could slide across the seat.
Oh yeah. And the first time you drove a normal car after driving a Landy, did you find yourself doing 90-degree turns? Because you turn the wheel far too much.
Yeah.
Because it's I want to go 90 degrees, so I need to do 15 wheel turns.
Well, suddenly you found a car that had proper steering lock.
Yeah.
And that was new trick totally, wasn't it? It was I didn't have to do a 35 million point turn here.
What's this about?
When did this become a thing?
But then, of course, the downside of driving a Landy and then going to a normal car is the number of times you end up knackering a wheel on a normal car because you go over a curb that your Landy wouldn't even notice.
Yeah.
I went through about 3 different wheels on my first Fiesta after having my Landy.
Oh, really?
I can just drive up that curb.
No, it don't work like that, does it?
Yeah, because in the Landy, of course, you could just drive over a house and it just wouldn't care. I drove over curbs in car parks I didn't even realise until I realised I was halfway up a curb. I'm like, oh, look, I'm halfway in the flower bed. I didn't even realise that.
Yeah, so where did that come from?
What a mistake to make.
Why is it I'm going down the road and I could hear fa-dunk, fa-dunk, fa-dunk from the wheel? And you'd look at it and you go, how's that happened? Yeah, big dings in your wheels.
Mm-hmm. You're a big ding.
I bet if we drove one now, we'd be going, oh, me back, oh, the potholes, oh, my God.
Yeah, it would be terrible.
Mind you, that would be pretty good having a Landy with the current pothole situation because you wouldn't notice them.
The one thing you forget how to do when you drive a Landy and go back to normal car is toe and heel for your brake and gas pedal. Because on a Landy, when you want to change gear, you have to put the clutch down. But your left leg, you have to... It's not just like doing that with your foot. Like on a normal car where you can just toe and heel it like that with your foot. You need your entire leg to go down like that.
You got to lift and press hard.
Yeah, you can't just do it with your foot like this. You have to go... And so, you grow loads of extra muscles in your left leg.
You have a clutch leg like Popeye's forearm, don't you?
Mm-hmm. But I do like the fact you could when you were decelerating, you could just ignore anything between fourth and first gear. There you go. Yeah. And on my Landy especially, using the clutch was entirely optional.
Yeah.
Because you could do the clutch, and if you just forget the clutch for a second, it still just changes gear anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's just okay, whatever. I didn't really need to use the clutch there anyway. Never mind.
If you got the revs just right, you could pretty much crash it into gear anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss my Landy so much.
Yeah. Land Rover comes with optional clutch.
Yeah. I love the old advert of a Land Rover ploughing through a stream and it just says, we brake for fish.
The thing about it is would we want to drive one now? I don't know.
Yep.
For nostalgia's sake, it would be nice, but...
It would be fun, and it was fun to roll up in a car park at Tesco or somewhere in this big old Land Rover and not some jelly mould rubbish that everybody else drove.
Oh, the cars now.
And I don't know if you did this, but whenever I used to drive into a car park, if there was another Series 3 Land Rover there, I had to park next to it.
Yeah.
I always park next to it. And I noticed that other people do the same when I'm parked in a car park. I come out and there'd often be a Land Rover parked next to mine. I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, you very rarely see a car park with more than one Land Rover in where they're not parked as a group.
Yeah, because if you when you pull in and you see one, you're like, oh, I've got to make my presence known to these other Land Rovers, especially if it's another Series 3.
Yeah, it's...
Or even a Series 2. You'd be like, oh.
especially if it's a bit rickety, because you think, well, I'm going to make them feel better now about their rickety Land Rover. Because where they think theirs is the worst on the road, I'm going to park mine next to it just to make them feel better about themselves. Yeah.
The funny thing is that the worse a Land Rover was, the more the owner loved it.
It was, I thought, part of the patina. It was just like, gave it more character.
It was just fun.
Steve says ours is about 10 years old, going to replace it with an LG 55. It's mini LED TV, about 800 quid. What's that he's on about?
I don't know. We haven't talked about TVs, have we?
Oh, they're on about TVs. Edward says TVs are more disposable now, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's buying a new TV for his room so he can retire the 3D TV before it blows up and is unusable. I'm so surprised at the prices these days. They're so cheap, unlike everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah, when I bought my 3D TV, it was serious money now. Yeah.
There was a trend that was really worth investing in 3D TV.
Yeah. Oh,
died of death, didn't it?
That's handy to know, Steve. He says, C1 do that trans kit, Cole, with the crane in the back. Oh, that'll be handy, because I'd like to try to recreate my old tow truck, to be honest with you. So knowing that they do the trans kit, I'll have a look out for that, Steve. Cheers for that, mate. Steve also says, Land Rover Series 109 recovery truck. Oh, mate. Okay, I'll make a note of that. Actually, I'll do one better. I'll take a picture of the chat so I remember. Because, yeah, why not?
Yeah, when I bought my first ever LED TV, I got it on HP because it was like 1,400 quid.
Yeah.
And I was paying it off. And then, like, when I came to buy my second TV, when that died, the one that I had, which is only about 3 or 4 years old, was now like 400 quid. I'm like, oh, it's so cheap. It's so cheap now.
Kev's off to bed. He's cream crackered. No worries, Kev. Catch up with you later, mate. Come on, there you go. Right. We're not going to run late tonight because,
because we're old.
Because we're old and a bit decrepit and all of that lot. So we're not going to go late tonight.
No. We're not going to go all OnlyFans on you. Don't worry about that.
No. No What Pants will be harmed in the making of this programme. Did I do them? I can't remember. Let's put that back. I might have done when we first started. Yeah, I had.
Did I do the do?
So let's put that away.
I don't know what that was.
Okey-dokey.
He's thinking. I can hear the finger tapping.
Yeah, I am. What was I thinking? I've got to do the texture, haven't I? On the underside, so I'll sit and do that for a bit.
He likes the texture, his seamy underbelly. That's what he needs to do.
Do the underneath. So luckily, I get to stand up just as my 2-hour time's coming up. So,
what are you doing underneath? Underneath the body?
Underneath the chassis.
Arches.
Yeah, underneath the
arches. Cheers. See what we did there?
I did.
See what I was angling towards there for you?
I was impressed, mate.
You were, weren't you?
I was. You wouldn't believe how impressed I was there, mate.
I would. Tell me. I'll believe you.
Oh, already impressed, mate. Already impressed. Millions of impressed.
At least more than 3, perhaps.
Yeah, not as many as 6, because that's lots.
Yeah, that's true. I was going a bit too far, I think.
But, but definitely more than 3. Use that one. Have you some of him?
Putting all this effort into these seat belts to make them look at least shaded a little bit.
Oh,
and
right,
it won't come out on camera. And also, once it's in the car, no one will ever see it.
You're not going to see it once it's got a dude in there, are you?
But you know what?
You know it's there.
What? Don't care.
Oh, I got no.
I can't use Rakoth Flash. It's not a very nice paint to use. Well, it's a bit streaky thin, and it's not very.
You're not going to fick it up with a bit of Mod Podge?
No, I'm only doing a very, very, very light highlight, so I might use little lines. I might use some Celestra Grey.
It's a Celestra Grey here.
Always a winner.
3 for £1.
Ooh, hello. 3 for peas. Peas, if you please.
We're so going to go to hell, aren't we?
Oh, I'm already there, man. Don't worry about that.
I like peas.
Peas.
Glorious peas.
Easy. That was a little round one, wasn't it?
That was, wasn't it?
Delicate little round puppy that came out there.
Put that there. Did that come on? Yes, it did. Right.
Are we on? Can you point to it? Is it on the trolley?
See, I should be really cruel. Even though H is away, I should ring her at 2 o'clock just to make her think she's got to go to work.
No, you could do that.
No, because I would die a slow, painful death when she comes home.
You would actually be killed. Literally to death.
See, this is where I don't help myself, because I think of these things feeling all brave tonight, and then it's like, yeah. Think of the repercussions.
You also don't help yourself. You don't help yourself because you think of these things and then, like an idiot, tell me about them.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
It's even worse, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's go around and texture this. Even though it's probably not going to get lifted up, because I know I didn't finish underneath. Yeah. And it's only just to give it a bit of an appearance of being clattered and battered under there, and I've got to paint all the axles and everything. So underneath the axles.
I think on mine, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to paint, because I've not done any detailing underneath.
Right, yeah.
But I want it to look dirty, because I've not washed my car in like 6 years.
Oh, really? It's a proper slough pit then, is it?
Well, A, it's a rat rod anyway.
Yeah, it's going to look
But B,
odd.
if I wash it, one half of it will be shiny and one half will be matte, and it'll look stupid. So, thanks to my mate.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Of course, yeah, one half of it ended up shiny, didn't it? Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, because Chudface forgot to mix the bloody... Anyway. So, what I'll do on mine is I will just...
Bless you.
I will simply leave it in the black primer, and then when it comes to weathering, I'll cover it in big, thick slathering of matte varnish and just work in some earthy pigments.
Yeah.
And it'll have that kind of underside of a car-like texture that cars have. You have that kind of like crust of earthy, like road grime and stuff, don't they?
That bit on last week's show when I said, here, folks, when I ask him next week whether he's done them decals, he'll give the same answer as he did today. So how are you getting on with your decals then, mate?
Almost done. I am on the hunt for one last image.
There you go, see? He's been a good boy this week.
One last image that I'm trying to track down so I can use it. If I can't find it, I'll just not bother with it, but one of them's being a bit tricky to find. Oh, right. But once that's done, I shall send the artwork your way. I'll have it done in a day too.
Edward says it's worse, Cole, if you think of these things and you like to have a drink or two because you end up doing it. This is why, Edward, I'm glad I'm teetotal now, mate, because, alcohol does give you courage when you normally, Yeah, so
did you ever wake up the next day and something you bought on eBay and didn't know what the hell it was?
I haven't done that. My youngest lad did. I've got a great one that he done. He got absolutely bladdered, and he ended up buying a wood burning kit, to do the wood engraving, and a violin.
And he's like, what the hell?
Days later, when this arrived, he said, "Here, Dad." What? He said, I come home the weekend really drunk. I said, yeah. He said, friendly advice, don't ever get drunk and go on eBay. I said, what did you buy? And when he bought it, Dad has showed me. But I did giggle. So quite often we say to him, how's your violin? He kept it, He said, but why on earth did I think buying a wood carving kit and a violin was,
I must admit, I've got a clarinet in the loft that I don't know why I bought.
Yeah. I mean, I've got half a dozen guitars. I don't play guitar now because obviously, hand-eye and that is pretty shot now. But I do like them because I find them very collectible and they are a thing of beauty. But Yeah. H often says, why don't you sell them, love? And I'm like, yeah, but they're mine.
Yeah, but I like to look at them with my eyes.
Yeah, and they are. They're just a beautiful thing, aren't they? And it's, yeah. You've got a clarinet. Oh, do you go all out of bilk, do you?
No, I got it and thought, because I used to...
I said that right, didn't I? It was out of bilk, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was he trumpet? Not been clarinet, I'm not
clarinet,
sure.
Yeah, I think he was, yeah.
I used to, like, sit there and listen to music, and I'd always want to play along to it, but I couldn't be bothered turning on all my synthesizers and stuff, because it was like...
Oh, right,
I need an acoustic instrument that I can just, like, pick up and play along.
Yeah.
When I've... And it was like... I tried it with guitar, but I'd never got very far with guitar, so I gave that up. I can't bend into my fingers, so I couldn't really fret the notes properly. So I thought I'd get a clarinet. How hard? I'd tried saxophone once, and it wasn't too bad.
How hard can it be?
Yeah. But then it's like, so I got the clarinet, and then the first hurdle was putting the damn thing together. Oh, I'm being called to work.
Yeah, no worries. You do what you got to do, mate. Jeff was saying that Fox's seats look amazing in his opinion. Absolutely. Dream Builder is in. He said, cheers, guys, and chat. Hello, Daniel. How are you, mate? Nice to see you in, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. But, yeah, it's one of those. I think, Jeff, you're a guitar fan, aren't you? I'm sure it's you that's got the Telecaster hanging up in your cave, but I just find them very desirable. I did a Led Zeppelin paint job on a Les Paul that I've got, which was the Stairway to Heaven scene with the proper staircase going up and the cymbal and all of that lot. And then I've got all of the band members' symbols like Jimmy Page's So-So and all of that. So yeah, them sort of guitars I just did. One, to hone me painting skills, but also I enjoyed putting them together. Yeah, so then they're there in a guitar rack. Every now and then I'll dig them out, give them a good clean and all of that. But yeah, I'd like to have a go at playing again. But I think because over time my coordination's got off, I think I'd end up feeling quite frustrated if I tried to play now. I don't know. So I might find a local guitar tutor and offer them the challenge of seeing whether they can do anything with me, but I'd like to get back into it. So, would be nice. And I think it would probably be good for me, coordination, to be honest with you, but I'm one of them people that you know in your head what you want to play and how you want it to sound. And if it doesn't quite sound like you think it should, straight away you're a bit down in the dumps, ain't you? You're a bit, oh. And I need to get past that and accept that it's not a 5-minute thing. We'll see what happens. I've been known to lovingly stare through music shop windows at rack after rack of guitars just hanging there, and on something about the instrument that just does it for me. And it's like, yeah. Jeff says, I have 5 guitars on the wall right behind me, an Ibanez, an Ovation, a Tele, an Epiphone and a Strat. Yeah, I thought it was you, Jeff. Yeah. But they are such a thing to just pick up, aren't they? There's something about holding the guitar and knowing what a good guitarist can make them sound like. That's why I used to like listening to the late Jeff Beck and people like Hank Marvin and Clapton and that. They can make a guitar talk, can't they, these folks? And I love that. I would love to be someone like Beck that could pick up a guitar, sit there finger picking and just make that guitar almost sing the vocals for you. And I think that is such a tremendous talent to have. Like people like Satriani can do it, and Stevie Vai, and I just find that so sexy almost. It's must be just so cool to do that. So, and there's bound to be people out there that can, but just wish I could do that. Paul D. Tomaso says, I have an Epiphone Gibson SG. Oh, Angus Young style, is it? Is it the blood red? But, yeah. So again, a Gibson SG, beautiful guitar, very thin-necked, very lightweight. So yeah, good shout, mate. Do you go full-blown rock star, Paul, when dawn's out and slide across the floor with you on your knees? You do, don't you? Go on, admit it. You close your eyes and you're doing that guitar solo at a fully fledged rock concert. Single light on you on the stage, giving it the best solo you could ever imagine. Unless that's just me that does that. Jeff says, a great guitar. He said, I've only held an SG once. Yeah. There was a time, Jeff, I could have got one, and part of me always wishes that I had. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them, mate. Let's give that a bit of texture. All I'm trying to do here is create the fact that it's gone over rocks and they might have battered the bottom, just to give it a bit of a, yeah. He says solid black on black. Oh, nice. He says I haven't played. No, but they're nice to own, Paul, aren't they? They're like a piece of art, mate. You know, a really well-made, put-together guitar just is such a beautiful thing to look at, and just to hold the texture, the feel, the weight of it, and yeah, they are a beautiful thing. It's just a matter of opinion, I suppose, isn't it? You know, my youngest lad plays drums, you know, and he loves his drums, you know, so Lex plays keyboard. We could have a right old riot round here, you know, but quite often I can hear him upstairs with the keyboard going. So, yeah, gets in. Used to be funny when you used to have Cal living at home, because the drum kit would then fire up once he heard his brother playing the keyboard, and you could hear them trying to out-volume each other. It was great fun. Well, for us it was. The neighbours probably were going mental, but Edward says, I had 5 guitars, also a Chinese knockoff Les Paul, an Epiphone Les Paul Jr., a Hagstrom, and a Takamine acoustic, and an Epiphone acoustic. Yeah, I've got an acoustic electric, all in jet black. Got one of those. Got a Les Paul Strat. Got a Les Paul knockoff. Yeah. They are nice things. But quite often I'll be looking on eBay at them and just, yeah. Edward says, all I have left now is the Takamine and the knockoff. Yeah. Yeah, it's, yeah, quite often the wife says, oh, you should sell them on. But I just can't part with them. It's one of them, isn't it? I think the older we get, we start hoarding all our memories, don't we? Yeah. Could probably sell them for a few quid, to be honest with you. Let someone get the enjoyment out of them. But again, it's just one of them, innit? You don't want to part with it. Paul D. Tommaso says, I had a Magnum Galaxy 1 Les Paul, was good until the one fret went. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know whether you've not got any local luthiers, Edward, where they could put in a new fret for you, mate. But then I can imagine the cost of a proper luthier now is through the roof. And it's finding a luthier that you would be happy to trust your pride and joy with, wouldn't it? Because, yeah, it goes wrong, that's it. How many people have you known that have had a Strat and they go, what does this nut do? And you hear them turning the truss rod nut and you can hear it creaking away. You're like, you don't want to be doing that. Yeah. There are some quality ones on eBay that you come across every now and then. Another one I used to like was the EDS 1275, you know, the twin neck that Jimmy Page played. Yeah, it's one of them. I'd love to get one, but again, you know, it's just another guitar that's going to sit on the rack, innit? But something about that iconic performance of Stairway from Japan, and it's like, yeah. I don't know whether it's the same abroad, but we've got our music shops have several signs up with songs that they don't want people in the guitar shop to play, and it's Stairway to Heaven, Sweet Child of Mine, and Back in Black, our local musician or music shop's got. And yeah, there was a guy that started to play Stairway, and the guy was just tapping the sign. He goes, and it's like, yeah. Oh, I thought that was a gimmick. He said. He went, nah. He said, don't mind. He said, you hear that getting played badly 100 times a day. He said, you get sick of it. But I don't know whether that's a universal thing, whether it's just something in the UK or my local shop, but yeah. Edward says the granddaughter has the knockoff now and my Line 6 pocket pop because she wants to try playing. Yeah, exactly, Edward. It's nice, isn't it? Well, like you say, you know, I mean, and Cal's got his eye on my guitars, you know, and I've said to him many a time, take one home with you. There's a practice, Sam. You know, take one home with you and have a go. But he lives in an apartment, so he's worried that even with it plugged in on a PC going through something like Guitar Rig, that it would still be enough for his neighbours to pick it up. So he's quite conscious that he lives in an apartment complex. So I said, oh, you can always play it round here. They're there if he wants them. Panzer Katsovsky, no worries, Panzer. You might, there you go, mate. Jeff says, I remember getting proper printed guitar catalogues in the mail. It was fun paging through them, drooling over the new models and custom parts. Yeah, I used to like looking at all the custom pickups and things like that. Yeah. You do start coveting them, Jeff, don't you? Guitars, and it just becomes a thing. Yeah, it's, you just spot them and you're like, yeah. I mean, I've been looking at the Harley Benton DC 600, and it's the vintage series, and it's basically an SG style guitar. But yeah, I kind of fell in love with it because it just looks just so damn sexy with the 3 pickups on it, Jeff. And I keep looking at it going, I will get one, but it's just going to end up sitting there, isn't it? So, but yeah, and I just keep that website on my phone in my favourites, and it's like, yeah, and I'll be sitting there drooling over it, and it's like, dude, really? Come on. But, and then of course you go on YouTube and you sit and watch a review video of the guitar being played, and you're like, oh look, it looks sexy and it sounds really great. Move to basket, yeah. That's how it starts, isn't it? But yeah, I still get the Guitar Player magazines every now and then. Yeah, Jeff says, oh yeah, it's one striking looking guitar. It is, Jeff. It's Harley Benton, mate. I'll send you over a link, mate.
I'm back.
You're back. I'm going to be cruel to you, Jeff, now. I'm going to message you the link, mate. Yeah.
You're talking about guitars and going through the chat.
We are, yeah, we're talking about it, yeah. Because I am that cruel. So, yeah. Would be nice if it'd let me share it.
Yes, we've had a few guitars in the house. We had a big old acoustic, what do they call them? The Galleons, the big...
Oh, right, yeah.
That I twiddle with. I've only owned one. Well, I've owned 2 guitars. One I bought on the whim about 5 or 6 years ago, just cheap thing, and never played it and threw it out.
Yeah.
I also owned one electric guitar, which was a fake Les Paul.
Yeah.
Which I bought entirely to record a cover version of Jean-Michel Jarre's Destination Docklands version of Rendezvous 4.
Yeah.
Which had that bloke from The Shadows or whatever playing the guitar.
Hank Marvin.
Guitar. That's it.
Yeah.
He was playing, and I thought, well, I need to get the guitar bit, so I better just get a guitar. So
yeah.
I think I did all right, because I can play one note at once. But then I've lost the masters for that recording. It's long gone. So.
Oh, nice choice, Edward. His guitar drawl is a Les Paul Fireburst. I used to like Rory Gallagher's battered Fender Stratocaster because I just thought it had character. It was proper gnarly looking thing. But I've got an old video of Rory Gallagher playing slide guitar with a beer bottle. And, oh, mate, that was talent, wasn't it? It's sadly
something
no longer with us. But
something pleasing about slide guitar, isn't there?
Oh, when it's done right, it's just like, oh, mate. Check your messenger, Jeff. I have teased you with the website link, mate, because if I'm suffering, I owe it to you as your friend, mate, to empower you with all this guitar drooliness.
That's exactly what I say when I send him links to Bluey things. I owe it to you as your mate to show you all these wonderful things you can buy to paint.
Yeah, just in case you are feeling withdrawal symptoms, it's like, damn you. And he knows what I'm going to do. I'm going to click the damn link. But yeah. And it talks to me. Go on.
The sad thing is you never really have this conversation about synthesizers because most people never own synthesizers.
Lex plays keyboard.
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that you just have in a general conversation, though, because most people have never owned one.
It's a very niche thing, 80s. Isn't it?
Yeah, not going back to that era.
Yeah, Cal's got a big old organ at his house.
Steady now.
But he can earphone that and but he's having proper lessons for it and everything. It's like, good for you, And he said, I'd love to have the drum kit round here. He said, but it'd be too noisy. And I said about getting an electronic one. He said, he said, it'd be good. He said, but I battered the shite out of them, he said, so it would still resonate. Yeah. He said, so...
It's not exactly the same, I suppose.
Yeah, he said, so it's not fair on neighbours, is it? So
no.
His drum kit is currently still round here. Which cheers Ellen up, because if she's had someone cut her up on her way home, the first place she goes is to that room with the drum kit in, and you can hear her up there. It's like, bad journey home, love. I'll be all right in a minute. Okay. I will be in the man cave hiding from you. Yeah.
I'll be in the man cave, and I'm not coming out until you've told me it's okay.
Yeah. It's quite funny, though.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, it's like, I almost never find myself talking about, Korg Poly 6 or Fairlights or anything like that, Prophet 5, anything like that. Synth's not really that kind of conversation you can have.
Edward says SRV vendors and an awesome battered guitar. Stevie Ray Vaughan, PJ says a friend of mine used to own a custom-built John Birch Flying V in sunburst green. A gorgeous thing. A
bit like on the back of that Orc, Flying V.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, the thing is, I'm not into guitars, and I was never a guitarist. But I can more than easily understand the passion that people have, because I would be exactly the same. If you says to me, you can own an entire modular Moog system from 1969, I'd just be like, I'd be spinning all over the floor ready to go and get hold of it. I'd be just like, ridiculous. I'd be amazed.
Because it's just, it's a passion, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah. So, yes, that's the. I tried things like string condition with me not being able to bend the backs of my ends of my fingers. Sadly, it's never anything that's going to happen.
Jeff says, he says, that's one sexy axe. Those curves are probably illegal in some jurisdictions. It's the way the extra middle pickup stares at you, Jeff, because normally you only see an SG twin pickup, but it's got 3, and it's... Now go onto YouTube and listen to one, Jeff. Oh, mate. Oh. Yeah.
Moist. We're talking moist here.
You may well say, I'm just going to go and watch this on the internet alone. I'll understand you.
I'm just going to have some quiet time with this. Just stay there for a minute.
They play a bit of Jeff Beck on one of the reviews, and it sounds divine. And it's like, oh, yeah. But I haven't bought it yet, but it's in the bookmark folder under must get one.
I'll tell you what, I think I've said this to you before, but for anybody listening, if you're into your guitar music and you just love the things that people can do with guitars, acoustic and electric and otherwise, that album I sent you, that Mike Oldfield one, Amarok.
Yeah.
If you ever get round to listening to it, it's just an amazing thing to listen to, because there's so many different guitar styles and uses in there. It's amazing. It's mostly guitar, and it's incredible to listen to.
Well, this is the thing. When a guitar's played beautifully, don't matter whether it's rock, metal, country, whatever genre, when you listen to it being played with passion and vigour, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? It don't matter what the music is that's been played. You can just listen to it and go, that guy can play, or that girl can play, whoever's playing it. And it's like...
Yeah, because like I said, I'm not into guitar stuff, but Amarok's one of my all-time favourite albums, just because of the beauty, and it's so simple and subtle.
Yeah.
The way he uses the guitars.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. And to think it was all a grudge to tell.
Yeah, go on. No, you carry on.
I was going to say, to think it was all recorded as a grudge to tell Richard Branson to sod off makes it even more awesome.
Absolutely.
What were you going to say, most of what?
I can't remember what I was going to say now. I lost my train of thought, mate.
Most of something.
Yeah, I know. It was most as like I said, I've lost my train of thought, Fox. Can't remember what it was. Couldn't have been that important. Yeah. Swig of orange required.
Swig. Look at the swigularity. Can't believe I'm putting so much effort into painting these seatbelts, and nobody's ever going to flip and see them.
I know, but you're happy.
Yeah, I'm happy as a pig in...
Yeah, you're happy as hog in slop, mate.
Yep.
And that's the key. You're having fun.
It looks a bit shonky when you look at it up close. It'll pass the 3-foot test, but of course you're never going to see it anyway inside the car, because it'll be inside the car.
Yeah, but...
Or it'll be enshrouded in darkness. I am the darkness.
Things are meant to look shonky, mate. That's the whole idea of it. It's not a shiny car, is it?
Well, I always comfort myself when I do a paint job and it's like a little bit rough around the edges.
You're rough around the edges.
I always like to comfort me. Thank you very much. I always like to comfort myself and just say, well, it's just a style. It's like, not every painting that an artist paints is a photorealistic painting. Sometimes paintings are impressionistic or vorticist or, whatever.
Yeah, not everything's going to be a Mona Lisa, mate, is it?
Yeah. So I kind of game up a long time ago on trying to paint realistically. I kind of like to paint with an almost, not impressionistic, but a brushy, painterly style where it's all big, what I like to call concept art styles, all big brush marks and brush strokes.
Conceptuality, I see what you did.
You're fiddling with your undercarriage.
Yeah. Just
your seamy underbelly. Looks really good, that.
Putting an extremely thin black on there at the moment.
Wish I'd done an underbelly.
Why?
I don't know. It just looks good with the actual chassis.
Yeah, it's got one though, hasn't it?
No, mine hasn't. Mine hasn't got any underbelly. It's just. I regret the fact I've just got the factory wheels and undercarriage.
Well, I'm printing a chassis. It won't take long.
Nah, that's fine. I've done it now, but never going to see underneath anyway. It just looks really cool.
I know. It's just.
He's like, oh man, that looks so good. Right, well, I'm not going to do any shinies on the metal seatbelt clasps because they'll go on once I've matte varnished them.
Yeah.
Because there's no point painting on a shiny highlight coat and then matte varnishing it because that's stupid. So.
Yeah, it's a waste of,
Yeah, so, and I'm not, so what I might do is give these a matte varnish tomorrow and then I can remember to paint that on because these are pretty much done now, these seats.
Oh, so you're going to be on your assembly stage soon then?
No, next I've got to do all the interior.
Oh,
floor
right,
pan
yeah.
and everything else. And
Yeah.
well, that's all dry brushing then. It shouldn't take too long.
Yeah.
So, it's dark grey anyway, so. What do you think, peeps?
It's beginning to take shape.
It's beginning to look a lot like car seats.
Yeah. Happy days.
I need to put some shiny on the head restraints as well, but that's once they're done.
I am sure you will post many pictures.
Nah, because they don't look like good close up. They look really good on a webcam. They look fantastic on a webcam. We'll leave it as that.
You're not going to do pimpage? Nah. Can I have Fox back?
I've learned that sometimes when a thing looks fantastic on a webcam, just leave that with people in their mind. Leave that in people's minds.
Yeah.
You don't need to show them how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really don't want to post a photograph or something because it's like, this looks really good. Yeah, you don't want to see a still shot.
We've all done it where, like you say, you take that photo, don't you, and you zoom in and you're like, yeah, I'll take one of the other side. Yeah.
The worst thing to photograph is like miniature figures, like individual figures.
Yeah.
Because they're designed to be looked at from far away. So when you look at them close up, they look terrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you take all the pictures and you're like, I can't show that. I'm tempted to Photoshop it, but I won't. But then you do take comfort from when you watch like painting videos like, you know, Duncan or Peachy or other people. And they paint them, and when you show the thing at the end, it's close up and it looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to be seen from tabletop distance. You're like, okay, I feel a bit better now.
Yeah.
But still, harshness.
Absolutely.
I'm up to on chat.
I read up to
The curves illegal.
Jeff Light.
I think.
Jeff Light. Candygram for Mongo with his comment on the guitar I sent him.
Edward says the Epiphone Master built DRM 500 acoustic that I had 2 pickups, one in the body and one in the neck. It was a great guitar. I'm kind of sad about selling it.
Oh yeah, I would be, mate. Yeah.
Fox, why is there no seatbelt for the middle seat? I don't know. Ask the guy that sculpted it.
Yeah.
That's what it comes with.
Yeah.
They've only got 2 kids and they sit on either side, so I didn't make the model, the toy. Oh, I've got an itch in my eye. I've got an itch in my eyeball. That's really weird.
What that translates into is Fox put a lap belt on there.
I can't be bothered making things. I don't do making, I do painting. You all know that by now. Honestly, me, scratch build stuff.
Oh, you done kit bashing. You done kit bashing. Because I put that comment down that you had been a big boy pants and had done kit bashing, and I'm very proud.
I chopped a hand off one man and stuck it on the other man.
Yeah, but for you, that is hardcore kit bashing.
That's pretty hardcore shenanigans.
Yeah.
I noticed that the I'll just show you. I noticed that the commander on my E-Models Baneblade, he had a pointy hand like that, but the finger had snapped off. So I'd also made the other guy that comes with the Baneblade kit, the one with the pointy sword, so I just cut his hand off and stuck it on him. So he's now got a pointy sword.
Yeah. And
the good thing is, it's a perfect fit because they're all the same scale, so I just chopped the hand off one commissar and stuck it on the other.
So proud of you, mate. So proud.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Proper big boy pants, mate.
That is one of the easier conversions you can do on a Games Workshop figure, just swap the hands around and stuff.
I'm so proud.
Right, I don't want to start anything big, because time we're on 2:30, so...
we'll go till 3, mate, if that's all right.
Okay. Yeah. Go to whenever you want, mate. You know what me. You know me. I'll go till you're ready to quit for the night.
Yeah, that'll be okay for me then.
Good. Right, so, in that case, what I can very quickly do, and for some reason sound like Patrick Moore, do my wing mirrors and rear view mirror, dry brushing, yes. I don't know why I'm doing a Patrick Moore sound like.
I don't, mate, but hey, you know, if you're happy, you're happy.
What colour was that now? That was...
Is he still alive, Patrick Moore, or is he gone?
Oh, God, no, he died about 10 years ago, I think.
Did he?
Yeah. Sky at Nights is the other guy, Chris Lintop, and what's her name? I've forgotten her name. Maggie Alderin Pocock.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Oh.
They're actually really good together because, like, Chris Lintott always looks uncomfortable on camera, and Maggie Alderin Pocock's just made of energy. She's just like a ball of energy.
Yeah, yeah, she's a proper,
yes.
proper little pocket rocket, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just like excited about everything, and I love it a bit.
That's two people you wouldn't expect to gel well on television, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because he'd always had Chris Lintott on there for a long time, but he's never been like. He's always looked a bit uncomfortable, but yeah, Maggie Alderin Pocock is just. I love it a bit. She's so funny. She's very full of energy. Right, what colour was that? Was that Skaven Black? Ding.
Good combination, though. Good program.
No, it wasn't. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've not watched the latest one actually. I do like Sky at Night. I love any science. All science is good. People that don't like science, they need to learn to like science because science is good for you. Dark Reaper. I think it was Dark Reaper. I'm trying to push it. Dark Reaper. I don't
like science stuff.
Yeah. Don't like science. Then you're an idiot.
That's like someone saying, I don't like Carl Sagan.
Yeah, but they clearly are idiots.
They would be off the Christmas card list, wouldn't they?
They would be. Don't want your money. Don't even think about it. They'd be like, can I buy your orc Bluey cut? No, I don't want to take your money.
Edward Leonard says, looks great, Fox. Take a chill pill.
Thank you, and I never take chill pills. You know that.
Fox is always on 98 mile an hour, mate. It wouldn't be Fox otherwise. I'd actually think he's ill.
Yeah. I'm basically a... what's that? Oh, what's that Fiat car that was like the wedge shape? The little sports car in the 80s. Not TR7.
Fiat X1.
That's it. I'm like a Fiat X19 with a snapped gas pedal cable. It just goes faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, just revs like a high revvy thing.
Yeah, my brother had one on the gas cable snapped on the motorway, and it just got faster and faster and faster. And he had to drive it up an embankment. And he's like, I love that car. You idiot. Do. Oh, I've got a very important question to ask Siri in a minute as well.
Oh, have you? Oh, dear.
Yes. Very important question.
What's that? Is the takeaway shop open?
The takeaway shop will have closed by now. La. If I can get Siri to work. Hey, Siri, how many days till September the 6th?
Oh, God.
It's 39 days until then.
Yeah.
39 days.
I know exactly why you asked that. You should ask Siri whether it knows the release date of it. Because then Siri would go up in coolness, wouldn't it?
Let's just turn Siri up a bit so that people can hear. Because I have the Australian Siri, because it's much better than the silly English one. And the one. Hey, Siri. Why am I saying hey every time? I've pressed the button and say hey.
No.
What video game launches on the 6th of September 2023?
Here's what I found.
Oh, it's just that's no use. It's just a thing. I don't want that. What date does Starfield release?
I found this on the web.
Don't just give me results, you lazy... bloody Kiwi.
Kiwi's a New Zealander.
How many days now till the 6th of September?
It's 39 days until then.
Oh, no. 39 days. Crikey, mate. 39 days.
I'm not going to see you for weeks, am I?
Nope. They'll be like, when did you last see your father?
There you go. That's a bit thicker now. Lovely. Yes, you did see me right there, folks. I thickened my Citadel paint with Mod Podge because it works.
Mod Podge. Because of the reasons and science. Science!
Oh, yeah, this is pretty much one of my older pots of Aberland's Abaddon Black. But it's great for stippling underneath here.
What happens if you had cornstarch to paint?
Then I ain't got no cornstarch.
Would you just be painting it with a super material at that point? A super polymer, whatever they call it. Super fluid?
Probably.
Would the paint just kind of go on the model and just keep sliding off forever?
That's what we did there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like super fluids. Super fluid.
Now I'm worried about you. You like,
do you know what's the super?
You like super fluids. Mm.
Do you know what edible thing is the superfluid?
No,
Custard. Custard.
I'm sure you're going to tell me though. Custard.
Yeah, custard.
Oh, I'm going to want bloody custard now. You get.
It's one of those things that if you push something into it slowly, it's a liquid. But if you approach it with fastness, it can act like more like a solid.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
a
Someone
Newtonian-
filled a swimming pool with custard once and run over it, didn't they?
Yeah, a Newton. Sorry, not a superfluid, a Newtonian fluid, I should say.
Yeah.
Newtonian. Yeah.
It might have been Mythbusters I saw that on.
Yeah.
Adam
But I like the
Savage.
superfluid. I like it when they make a fluid that when you tip the little jar up,
Yeah.
it starts to pour out, and if you put it back down again, it just keeps pouring out because they're all like long polymer chain superfluids.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Material science can be great.
Mythbusters, great program.
Mm-hmm.
Love anything like that. And of course, you know, I have that cool factoid that me and Adam Savage were born on the same day in the same year. So yes, I share a birthday with the great Adam Savage.
Yes.
I am so happy about that. So happy
you know
that I
what?
mention
And
it
you know
at
what?
every opportunity.
I'm lucky because I get to do these streams with you and not Adam Savage. There you go.
Yeah. A legend.
The legend that is Adam Savage.
Absolutely. So what's the rest have you got planned for the weekend then? Are you going out? Are you watching any sport? Is your favourite TV show on? Or you got family over?
Are you just going to eat kebabs all weekend?
Or are you just going to chill and watch the great streams that we do?
You're going to catch up on the new episodes of Bluey, maybe?
I might do. I don't know yet. I've got to watch all
If
the old
anybody out
ones
there
first.
hasn't watched it, if anybody out there hasn't watched it yet, you really need to watch. If you like that kind of thing, you need to watch the Star Trek Strange New World / Lower Decks crossover. It is awesome. I love the fact in this series they've gone really kind of light-hearted in this series and done silly things. Apparently they're doing a musical episode as well, believe it or not.
PJ says, the Friday Frolic, educational, informative, who knew? Yeah, what Friday Frolic are you watching? Because it can't be this one.
Yeah. What are we educating people about? We don't know anything. We're idiots.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't go saying that. I've got a reputation to keep going, mate. I need people to think I know nothing.
Fox and Colin are professional idiots. You are not. Do not try this at home.
Yeah.
Do not assume anything you're told on this program is actually, in any way correct or accurate.
Yeah. Going to have
Not
people
just pull that.
messaging me now asking whether I'm ill or something,
Yeah. Please assume that anything I say is just pulled directly out of my ass and nowhere else.
Pretty much.
Unless I'm reading a Carl Sagan quote, in which case I'm getting it off the internet, so it's obviously correct.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but everything on the internet's right, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Loads of crud to put up under this as well. So
Crud.
get your crud here, folks. Free for £1.
Free for paint.
Go. This is a first coat of this going down, so I'm sure there'll be others getting added.
So what is it you're adding? Remind me.
Abaddon Black, but it's mixed with Mod Podge to thicken it right up so that I can stick with
Just
it.
to get that kind of under the car blackness, isn't it, that you get on cars?
Yeah. And then I'll go over it with dust and dirt and stuff. And then figure out the base I want to put it on. And
That is one advantage of painting weathered cars is if you look under any car, it's generally just black and dirty or dirt coloured.
yeah.
You don't see any kind of like any coloured things under there really. It's just dark and dusty and dirty. Great fun to work up.
And that's all you're trying to do is just darken everything down.
Yes.
Because again, it's got all the dust to be added, so it'll have some scenic glue put on it, and then the dust will just be put on and dropped down.
You're going to put a mangled grot in the chassis somewhere.
Yeah, there might be a pair of feet poking out somewhere.
Jolly good.
Little egg under there.
We think alike.
Absolutely. It's got to have something in it, you know.
Great minds think alike, so how we do it, no idea.
Absolutely. You lost me at great minds, to be honest with you. PJ says, I'm going to be watching the Grand Prix, the Women's World Cup. Don't faint. Prep me for my upcoming T64 tank build. Yes, folks, he's doing a tanky thing. Yes, nice to see you coming out of your comfort zone there, PJ. I commend you for that.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. So he's doing a tank, and Panzer is going to be doing a shiny car. So, yeah. There you go. So, fair play, mate. Absolutely.
Do.
My next tank build is going to be the big 1/16th scale German Easy 8. Looking forward to starting that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that.
That'll be my foray into large armour. Yeah.
Llama? What?
Yeah.
Drama llama.
Yeah.
If there isn't already a drama llama meme type, there needs to be one. Somebody get on it.
So if Bananarama watched that, that would be a Bananarama drama llama.
Yeah.
If it went ding dong. Yeah.
And somebody who makes those memes with Bananarama and drama llamas in them just to make money is a Bananarama drama llama farmer.
Yeah, there you go. 1 million internet points for PJ for using an interrobang for punctuation, sir. There you go. Happy days.
Interrobang. Wait, hang on. I'll be watching the Grand Prix. And don't fight for everyone's going. Interrobang. What's an interrobang? I know what an interrobang is, but I can't remember what it is, if you know what I mean. It's not an exclamation mark, is it? It's a... He's just got commas and then... Remember what an interrobang is. It's one of those words that I know it and I just can't remember it. And I'm impressed that somebody else knows what it is. I think I knew at one point, but I've long forgotten. Interrobang. Big filthy kebab is what I had for dinner.
Absolutely, and also, you know, that's actually worth 2 million points, because when Jeff's issuing it, because of his Saganness, everything is double points.
Yeah. Every weekend is double points weekend when Jeff's around. Do.
I am impressed, PJ, with your tanky thing, I must admit, mate. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, mate.
Yeah. What manufacturer of tank are we doing? What kit manufacturer?
But no idea what it is. You didn't say that.
Yeah. I have fond memories of my Tamiya T62 when I was a kid. My first ever proper painted build.
Well, you was building one for E-Models, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then I had to stop because of the obvious reasons.
Yeah, but again, I think you overthought it, mate. You know, I'm not being funny.
Well,
we all build tanks. The Second World War happened. Duh.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking more of building that tank and then not having all their comment sections fall into a nest of people making comments back and forth.
To be honest with you, I don't think they would.
I think they would.
Because I've seen other people that are building Russian tanks at the moment and no one's commenting.
Well, yeah, I'll get back to it, but not in a minute. I thought I'd rather just keep that away from E-Models. If it was on my channel, I probably would have done it, because I'm a big boy and I can delete my own comments. But not on
you say
channel.
I overthink?
No, I didn't really ever think. I went, oh, well, let's stop that one then, move on. Not my channel, is it? So I've got to be careful, I suppose.
If they was that bothered, they wouldn't sell it.
You'd be surprised the number of comments, the kind of comments that go on their Facebook page when something comes up like that. It's like, oh dear Lord. There's a lot of comment deletions on the models page when they put up stuff like that. There's some bad people out there. Right, I want to know the colour for that. What's a good light colour for Thunder Oak Blue? I'm thinking maybe Rust Grey is a bit light. Maybe. Have I got Fenrisian Grey?
All I use, Fenrisian and Rust Grey. Works for me.
Yeah, well, Fang's a bit too blue. I've got the Fang. I mean, I've got the Rust Grey. What's the other one? Fenrisian Grey, Rust Grey, and the Fang.
Yeah.
Fenrisian Grey. Have I got Fenrisian Grey? Where is it? Fenrisian Grey. Ooh, standing up. Let me go to my Space Wolves shelf.
Oh dear.
There we go. I've actually got, just for Space Wolves.
I worry about you.
Well, I've got a load of them to paint, haven't I? I've got a load of Space Wolves built that I need to paint.
Yeah.
And I got myself a load of the Fang Air paint because they stopped doing the rattle cans. I'm like, really? Just as I'm going to paint these... Oh, you absolute gimps. Just as I'm about to start painting flipping Space Wolves, you take them off me. Come on now.
Ain't that always the way, though?
Messing with my chi now, ladies. Come on. Seriously. Yeah. It's like anybody that started building Imperial Fist just before they stopped making rattle cans of Avalanche Sunset. Oh, you bugger.
Yeah, that was a strange decision, that.
It's what doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Literally. I was watching an interview with some guy from they used to work at Games Workshop on the painting phase, and it was fascinating because he was basically revealing all about why certain things get made, why they're not going to never do airbrushes and all this kind of stuff. And it was like, wow, it's amazing. But yeah, they were saying with the rattle cans, it's just a case of the cost of having them stored and transported. They keep them as minimal as possible. Well, yeah, could have figured that one.
Strange decisions.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can get equivalents, so which is good. I just got the what's his name, Army Painter rattle cans, same thing.
Yeah, they're pretty much close, aren't they?
Yeah,
it was fascinating though because you were saying, why don't they make things like airbrushes and wet palettes?
Yeah,
and he's saying they don't need to because they're aiming at the people who don't need that kind of thing. They're aiming at the beginners.
Absolutely,
and that's their entire focus is the people that are going to follow their painting guides.
Yeah, no.
He said they don't. Yeah, he said by the time people get to the point of knowing about airbrushes and wet palettes, that's not their target customer.
Yeah,
because they have this. What was it? The hobby trumpet. They said it's like that, and this is all the people that are professionals and use airbrushes. And the wide bit of the trumpet is all the people that are coming into the hobby. And he says that's who they're after, not the people at the short end.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it makes all sense now. It makes perfect sense. The hobby trumpet. That's why they don't do wet palettes and airbrushes, and they don't do things with oils and stuff like that or enamels.
No.
For weathering. Forge World used to have like a pigment set at one point. This dry brushing is imparting a slight orange peely texture to this thing, but I like it because it looks like the kind of grey plastic you get for car wing mirrors. It's quite good. I like that. What are you doing?
Cleaning glue off my fingers. Edward says, Adam Savage is cool. He's kind of a hack machinist, though, as someone who's made a living at it for a while. He does some weird things, but he still gets it done. I'm probably a rare one that laughs at him, laugh out loud. Yeah. Absolutely. Each to their own, mate.
I think he's always said he's kind of a master of nothing and an amateur at many things.
Well, he was special effects stuff, wasn't he, at one point? So,
yeah, he was a model builder for ILM.
So you've got to be a bit of a hacker to do that sort of stuff, haven't you? So
yeah, because that's all do it fast and do it cheap rather than do it.
Yeah, it's function over form, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at like some of the model work he does, it's all kind of movie industry style, 90s, 80s, do it fast, do it cheap kind of style that he does, and it's because that's what they wanted.
Yeah, Again, it's the 3-foot test, isn't it? It's been filmed from a distance, don't worry. Or we can edit it out.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't need to look like photorealistic. It's going to be on screen for 3 seconds from like a long way away.
Oh, yes.
It just needs to come in on budget and on time.
Yeah, because Jamie Heineman was quite a particular character, wasn't he, about how things should be done? Whereas Adam, like Edward says, bung it together, a few screws, a few nails, it'll work. Whereas Jamie liked it to be aesthetically pleasing, didn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember what Jamie Heineman's background was.
No, nor can I, but
I don't think it was quite the same as Adam's, where it was get it done fast and cheap. I think it was.
Yeah, he was more into
engineering, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was more, bit like Edward, more technically engineered minded, wasn't he? And
yeah. Plus, he had the epic facial furniture going on.
Oh, mate, that was without doubt.
What Jamie Heineman's doing now?
I honestly don't know. To be honest, mate, I've got no idea.
Probably still in TV and film production, I would guess.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what he's doing. I think they all struggled with Grant Imahara's tragic death, didn't they? Because that was totally unexpected, and I think it kind of knocked them all for 6, that one. So
yes. PJ says, interrobang, a sentence ending with an interrobang asks a question in an excited manner, expresses excitement, disbelief or confusion in the form of a question. That's it. I thought for some reason it was a specific, like, little symbol. No.
Hey, mate, you got 1,000,000 points for it. Hey, wow.
Yeah. Go for it.
Happy days, mate.
Yeah, I kind of see your scratch buildiness sometimes along that kind of Adam Savage line style.
Yeah.
Of, just get your hands on and get in and get it done and have fun with it.
Just get it done. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It's the craziness suddenly comes together.
Have you watched the latest Craftsman video where he makes the big worm thing?
That would mean I've watched something. And do you know how bad I am at that?
I know, but it's Craftsman. I would have thought you'd be jumping all over that.
No.
He actually gets back. He's got back to his roots, and he's actually making a thing.
Oh, good man.
He's making this awesome diorama. It's really good. You get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I've not done no watching, so.
Watching, right.
Yeah, I need just to zone out for a few days.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need to spend a few days just going, meh.
Exactly.
I've had a real mojo no this week. Just not been there at all.
Not been there for you, no?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the Wednesday stream and that was all right. And I'm doing this and it's fine. But other than that, just
I mean, I've been doing medical stuff, so that's kind of taken priority again. And so having to do as I'm told and that, it's kind of put bench time to a premium when I've only come down today to do the show.
You having to do as you're told takes all your energy away from you.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do anything.
So I shall be upstairs now until I come down to do the Sunday show. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I've got to do at the moment. So we can get good numbers. So
get good numbers. Right, so I've dry brushed my wing mirrors. Which looks a bit weird.
For you.
It looks a bit patchy. And it's got the orange peely, but I like to think it's got that kind of little skin texture that, like wing mirrors, they have that kind of weird orange peely texture. And when it's got weathering on it, it'll look all right anyway.
It'll come good, mate.
Yeah. I need to get some of that sticky silver tape for me mirrors, don't I?
I did offer weeks ago to send you up some.
Did you? Oh, you did? Yeah, yes, I'll take some if you've got some, yes.
Yeah,
forgot.
I did offer. You mean to say you've got all that place to fly and you want to land on my bloody Bluey car? Naff off.
I just saw it whiz past.
It's like, really? All that space to fly? I don't know what it was.
Fly or a moth or something.
It's a fly thing. Whatever it is.
Little flying bugger.
Yeah. Wasn't a moth because they're all cute and fluffy. This was just one of those annoying Yeah. So I've got all that space. No, it wants to go and land right where I want to put my paintbrush. Dick.
Because it loves you.
Yeah, it can love me somewhere else.
It's like, you're my friend, I want to be near you. That looks fantastic.
Unnecessary insects, mate.
Oh, they're all necessary. They all have their jobs.
Yeah. You like my Bluey car, don't you?
I like your Bluey car.
It's a bit nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got carried away again, didn't I?
You? Carried away? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It has unique character.
In fact, I'm going to put some silver on these seatbelt clasps, but I will go over them later with shininess.
And to have grown men wanting this is quite quite endearing.
Yeah.
This little Bluey car that started off as a bit of fun.
The little car that could.
Absolutely.
I shall go over the iron breaker with a little bit of iron breaker on the seatbelt things now, just to clean it up. But then when it's matte varnished, I'll go over with some of the Viejo True Metal Duraluminium to get the real ping on the shine on.
Oh, right, yeah.
Once I matte varnish it, of course, it'll just go matte again, but at least it'll be a light colour.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Duraluminium. Yeah, the Duraluminium, I'll put that on the ping. So it can ping and pop.
It'll work. I am sure it'll work fine for you, dearest.
It will work. Oh, I've done it loads of times. It's always the way. The last thing I do on any model is all the shiny bits.
Yeah.
Which hopefully is minimal.
Yeah, there's not going to be many, is there?
No.
No. It's one of those. It's just picking out little bits here and there, and then I've still got to do some bluing on my Gatling guns yet, so I'll get round to doing that.
Bluing on your Bluey gun?
Yeah, you got it.
You got it. You got it. That was very 1970s DJ.
That wasn't it? Yes, you got it.
Yes, you got it from Spanky and the Rumblers.
Yeah.
Hot in at number 648 in the charts.
Smashy and nicey, isn't it? Yeah. Did a Bachman Turner and overdrive.
For charity.
Yes, for charity. So we got a bit of that.
A little bit of that.
What else have we got? Edward says, I watched a video about his Jamie robot on Robot Wars and how ruthless it was, and they wouldn't allow it in competition and just gave him the awards. I forget the name of it. It was made from a Chinese wok. Yeah, I remember the Robot Wars programs. I always wanted to do a robot.
I never saw the American one. I saw the British one.
That's a program that I could imagine Jeff would be good on, our Candygram. I think that'd be right up his street. Could you imagine the robot that he would concoct? The Robot Wars. Oh, mate, it'd be a thing of beauty, wouldn't it?
You know what Jeff should actually do?
What?
Excuse me, tickly cough kicked in at right the wrong moment, is at some point the guy that does the voice for Master Chief in Halo is going to be too old to do the job anymore. Now, I'm not saying Jeff would do a good Master Chief. I don't know, but Jeff would be perfect as the announcer in Halo multiplayer.
I'm going to nod approvingly.
Triple kill.
But I don't know voice.
You will do eventually. You will do one day, don't worry.
I will when I get round to it. You know that.
Yeah.
I do own Cyberpunk now because,
Oh, did you actually buy it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the pre-release on pre-order.
Oh, cool.
Because,
I was playing it the other day and it's like...
You're proud of me, aren't you?
I am. I'm very proud. And I was there thinking, wow, for you to come into this game, because I was playing the game and I'm getting confused as to who everybody is and what the storylines are, because there's so many different characters and stories. It's like, I've lost track of who's who now. So you may have to take notes as you go along and play the game. It can get quite confusing.
Yeah, it's one of those. I kept going back to it and I thought, it's on sale, sod it, I'll take the plunge.
Yeah. Now here's the question. When you're driving a car, do you prefer it in third person from the back of the car, or do you prefer it in first person from the driver's point of view?
First person.
Oh, yeah. Good lad.
I like to be immersed where I feel that I'm actually physically driving it.
I like to play it if I need to go to a place. I'll get in the car and just drive that. I won't obey all the traffic lights, but I'll just drive at normal speed.
Yeah, I just want it almost to be like I'm actually physically driving the vehicle. So
yeah. Well, I was driving along and it was an evening and there were cars on the road and it was a bit dark. And I was sitting there and thinking, oh, Colin would love this because he can't drive his car anymore. He'd love this because it's not realistic, but it's close enough to driving.
Yeah.
That you could just satisfy that little... Yeah.
Well, it's funny, Helen said about getting a steering wheel for the Xbox and that. She said because where you can no longer drive your own car, you could probably get that where you miss it out of your system by,
Yeah, there are racing games and driving games.
I'm like, my God, my missus has suggested me getting stuff for the Xbox. Oh, my God.
I know. Yeah, you've got like Forza Motorsport and stuff and those kind of games where...
Yeah, you know, she said
wheels.
She said it just might get that pining, missing it thing out of your system. Like.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, mate, your missus, she's really a keeper. She really is a keeper, isn't she?
Oh, she's a legend, mate. And she ain't here, so I'm not just saying that, but she is. She's a legend, mate. You know, she...
Yeah, we're driving along, I'm like, Colin would love this. He's going to love this driving around.
Well, if you remember rightly, when I first started playing it, I'm in the middle of the desert area, aren't I? Just driving around in the middle of nowhere because I'm like, took me a while to realise that the map on there was actually where you are because I didn't know that side of gaming because it didn't exist when I last played a game. Did you
eventually realise there's an entire map screen as well in the menus?
No, I haven't got that far into it, mate. Yeah. It's I mean, all I did in the menus was design the character, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, a lot of all the other garnish in the menus I haven't even opened up yet, mate. I've got no idea what's in there other than start game, start new game, and exit. That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, on the in-game menu, you've got all your stats, your equipment, your stuff you're carrying, your map, your quests, your journal.
I haven't looked at none of that, mate. I mean, it took me a month to get over the fact that you could custom make a widge. I mean, really?
And that was on the woman. Hey.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, didn't get this on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, you start on most games. The start and the back button will open up game menus and stuff.
Yeah, but don't forget, I first started playing Portal. I didn't own a set of earphones, and no wonder I didn't know what to do because it's talking to your car when you couldn't hear it. Because
you've got so much to learn, and I can't wait to watch you have this journey.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, so yeah.
I'm just going to get some more water so I can clean my brushes. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done for the night now.
Good stuff. 1 second. Oh, foot's gone to sleep.
So yeah, I've got all of that to learn and get used to, and I must admit it's something I'm looking forward to learning and just messing around with. You know, I mean, when I got this Xbox, it's, you know, for the long term use that I'm going to get out of it. So I certainly wouldn't say I'm an avid gamer because I don't really know a lot about the gaming genre, but having got it
you don't know yet if you're an avid gamer.
Yeah, I know. I said that at the moment I'm not an avid gamer.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, because you don't know, you've not done it. It's all to learn. I can't wait.
It will be good. Need to let that all go off and cure, and then I can weather that and paint that. Happy days. Let that cure and give it another layer once the bubbles are all dealt with. That's getting there.
I love the idea of filling your spare wheel with just tissue paper and
tissue
PVA.
paper and PVA. Look at that.
Yeah,
that's the job, doesn't it? Once it's gone off, I can go back over it with another layer if it's needed and paint it. Job done. You want to do that now, don't you? Have you got any tissue?
No.
Oh. But yeah, I just sat there and thought, what am I worried about? Just fill it up with tissue and PVA. Duh.
Yeah, there you go. Bang, done.
Yeah.
Job
Happy
done.
days. Bit of cotton
Premium
wool will do
search.
the same. Anything like that, you know, just build one of them. Makeup pack.
Rather than wasting a load of fillers and putties.
Oh, sod that.
And
Yeah.
you could always put like a little coat of thin putty over the top if you wanted to sand it smooth and
Well,
stuff.
the thing is, I can always go over it a bit of Sprugo.
Yeah.
You know, I've got putty, got a load of putty in there and a tube, so, you know. This is just basically to save wasting good product.
Yeah, that's just filler, isn't it?
That's just filler, mate. It ain't the finished surface, but...
Substrate.
Yeah, I think once that's on there, it's a bit better than looking at a naked wheel, isn't it? Surprising how heavy it's made it.
Yeah, watch the car go ding back down now.
Yeah, the car will be like that. Be like, why is it sitting like that? Got to add weight to the front now.
But H, I need to go and order a whole lot of lead weights on eBay. Why? Because I'm stupid.
You just look at me and go, really? What have you done now? Fox told me to do it. Yeah.
You know me toy Bluey car? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, she's actually intrigued by this now because she saw it when we first got it and she's like, walked in and it was sat there in the box and she's like, why? I said, Fox bought it. Don't blame the well-spoken man. I said, it's from Fox. Look, it says there, it's from Fox.
Yeah, you were telling the truth this time.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, why? I said, because he's obsessed with his cartoon and I've got to build this now. And she hasn't seen the other two yet.
Yeah, what he didn't tell her was that he had one in his wish list as well at the same time.
No, I never told her that. But,
yeah, that wasn't relevant at the time.
No, she doesn't know I've got another two now, but yeah. But yeah, it's one of them. It's worked out all right. I mean, when I first thought of it, I was a bit unsure, but now it's there and done. I actually quite like how it's turned out. To me, that's how that car should be.
Yeah. a gangster death machine, which is pretty much,
I can just sense that there's going to be a couple of people that want one built. I just know it. I've had inquiries, put it that way.
Yeah.
Which is insane when you think about it. But yeah.
Bluey, official Bluey Twitter's like, here's our biggest fan, Festa 67's Workshop. He's bought 20 of the Bluey cars.
Yeah, it's gonna come back and haunt me, isn't it? This is gonna be the new version of the London bus build, isn't it? It's
Yeah, but the thing is, right, no matter how much people mock you, there is one step you could have taken it further, which would have been even worse.
What?
Because you can always say, hey, look, I may be painting a Bluey car, but I'm not doing anything with the Barbie's Mustang or whatever that car is she's got. There's like a realistic... Is it a Mustang? No, not a Mustang.
Please don't suggest this to viewers because you know what's going to happen.
What is it, like a 50s Chevy or something she drives around?
I do not know, mate.
Open top car. That would be a lot worse.
I don't know, but... Yeah. Thanks for putting that thought in the viewers' heads, mate.
Or, the Mystery Machine or the Turtle Van or something. Who knows?
Edward says, I have the wheel and the frame and the pedals and shifter. It's awesome to use. The 3 times I've used it, he said, if I was single and could leave it set up in my living room, I would use it more. Yes, that's proper driving sim and that, yeah. I was watching a YouTube video. This is how he's got me into the Xbox, damn him.
It's always my fault.
It is, because there was some geezer there that built a single-seater cockpit. Like the Formula One simulator for the steering wheel pedals and the gear shifter and all of that. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've got a load of that box tube and I've got me welder. Oh, I could knock one of them up. And then I'm like, how the hell would I get that in the man cave? But I'd have a go.
Yeah, it's like when I got Elite Dangerous. And I'd never played anything like that before. And I got it on a whim, and I got the how.to, the throttle and hands-on throttle and stick setup. And it was because I tried playing it on a controller at first, and it was the worst game in the world. Yeah, it was horrible. But then I got it on the how.to, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I've now got the proper throttle and stick, and it's amazing. Oh yeah. I mean, this geezer, he had the big curved monitor on it, and I'm like, oh mate,
And then I thought, oh, could you imagine a proper flight sim with the old lever and all of that lot and the controls? Oh, mate.
Oh yeah, I've seen a guy that's built an entire cockpit to play Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, I'm watching all these videos and I'm getting ideas now on hacking things together for Xbox controls. I'm like, damn it, that Fox has opened up another role.
If I remember rightly, this guy that built this cockpit, he had 2 monitors. He had like 3 monitors in front of him to make the cockpit windows. But then what he also did was, where you've got display screens in the cockpit and your character turns to look at them on the side of the cockpit walls.
Yeah.
So he actually put smaller screens in the cockpit.
Yeah.
And modded the game, because it's on PC, so that when he presses the button to go to the menu, it pops it up on the side screen. So he's actually looking at the menu screen where it will be in the game in real life, and it's like, oh, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's just a shame they abandoned that game on console, really. But never mind.
Edward says, mine doesn't have a seat built in, thank God. Yeah. Yeah. It's just when you see the lengths people go to build these sims, and it's like, yeah, but I get it now. Because it does make the difference, doesn't it? And you're like, oh, yeah, I so want that, but yeah.
It's like the people that build full-on cockpits for things like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh,
and when you think how accurate and realistic that game is now.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I read an article. It was about this guy who actually, I think he bought a cockpit like for an old civil aircraft, like a proper jumbo jet type thing, not a 747, but I think he bought one from an aircraft breakers yard. The whole cockpit unit, and he just basically in his garden and just built it into a working cockpit, and then he plays Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I watched a guy, he's done a 3D print of a World War II stick shift, for the plane cockpits, and he's got all the instruments in front of him, all on like MDF board and that, and he opens the canopy to get in type thing, and it's a proper all enclosed thing that he plays all of these battle dogfight games on, and it's like, wow, what a work of art! It's beautiful things.
I was amazed by the flight simulator stuff. Like that, the current version of it now is so good that like actual pilots will go on it for fun. Yeah, just to have a break, and it's like you go on to play it, and you can either be flying a plane or you can do ATC, air traffic control.
Yeah. So
you've got players doing the air traffic control, but the thing that blew my mind was that I was watching this one guy plane. He says, now, I'm in this plane and I'm flying here. He says, I'm at, Dallas, whatever airport, wherever he was. He says, now, the thing about this game is, first of all, the weather you can see in the game is the weather that's actually in the real world, because I'm in this place now. I'm like half a mile from the airport, and that's the weather we've got. The weather is accurate. Yeah. And also, all those planes on the runway, none of those are players. Those are actual planes that are actually on the runway right now.
They're actually there. Yeah.
Yeah, he says if you come to this airport, you'll see the planes.
It's so fully immersive now, isn't it?
It's like it's got all the flight data, all the weather. It's like amazing.
I've got that all to discover, because when me and Fox was hanging out one afternoon and I loaded up for the first time Cyberpunk, wasn't it? I'd started having a shifty at the background, and it was like, walking over and seeing a little beetle on the floor. It's like you could have drove past that in the game millions of times, not even know it's there. But because I've gotten out of the car and had walked over, there's this little thing, and I'm like, my God, they've even put that in there.
Yeah. Or you walk past just a random bit of a street, and there's a random railing on a random wall, or a bit of street furniture. And it'd be like, there's the piece of street furniture, like a board or a signpost, and here are the brackets holding it into the floor with the bolts on them. Yeah, it's like when you open the electric box inside, it's got all the fuse ratings and what part of the circuit they're for, and you're like, they've even put that half peeled off label in there. It's like no one would have known that was even in there. Yeah. It's just mad, and I spend ages looking at that sort of thing, trying to get my head around that. Yeah. I haven't even got to the big city yet. That's the beauty of some of these games, and that's why I hope... See, like we said before, you don't know if you're an ardent gamer yet. You don't know what your gaming preferences will be. I wouldn't even know what genre I like yet, mate. That's how new I am. So you might end up being into sports games, or driving games, or fighting games, or whatever you might be into. But I really hope that whatever else you fall into, I really hope you fall into open worldy games, because they are really just like
open worldy games. Is that like Skyrim and things like that? Is that open world or yeah?
Open world is basically here's a massive map. There's quests to do and things you need to do, but you can just wander around. Like Cyberpunk will be an open world game, sort of.
Right. Okay.
It's an open map. You can. It's not a big RPG, but it's still an open world game. There's a big massive map, or city, or whatever.
Yeah.
And there you go. Off you go. You're not just walking down corridors to get to areas, and it's literally go where you want, do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. You know, I like to have a good old looky loo. You know, it's like, oh, what's over here, and just go for a trundle and have a look. Oh, okay. I've got no idea what I'm looking at or what it does, but I'm a nosy git. I like to see what surroundings I'm in and have a looky loo.
So I hope that one thing you fall for is that kind of open world game, because you'll just enjoy just pootling about, not even playing the game.
You know,
you'll have fun, man.
It's like everything. You know, there's going to be games out there where literally you turn the wrong corner and get killed. You've got to start over. Yeah, they've got their place, but I want to explore as well. I want to just get a feel for where I am and what I'm in, and
so like your Skyrims and your Fallouts.
Yeah,
your Skyrims and your Fallouts and your Starfields. They're open world games.
Get to experience it and hone the skills almost on how to play them. You know. If you're dying every 5 minutes, you're not going to know that, are you? Because,
No. Well, but there's two kind of games. There's really there's open world, which is, here's an entire map, go. And there's places you need to go, but you can go there wherever you want. Or there's literally what we call linear shooters, which are just like, you're on a small map and you've got to go from A to B, and you're really just kind of guided through a load of hallways or open areas that are small. Yeah. It's not like you've got an entire map to play.
Well, that's it. You're pushed through so quick, and you run past something. If it was behind that door, you don't get a chance to go and have a look, because if you don't, you're going to get somebody shoot you in the nuts or something. And it's like,
in a lot of those more linear games, there's nothing there anyway. It's just literally a set dressing.
Yeah.
Whereas open world, they have to assume that you're going to wander around, you see. So like Call of Duty and stuff.
And I find that interesting.
Yeah, Call of Duty doesn't interest me because it's just real linear shooters and you've got to move from A to B.
Yeah. I don't care. Whereas, like you say, if you get the chance to sort of, you know, you might stop by and wonder what's in that cave, and you go in there and there's a full everything in there type thing. I like that, because it's like, oh, I didn't know that was in there. I'm going to have a looky loo. Oh, bloody hell, what's that? You know, and before you know it, you're immersed in what's in that little bit.
Yeah, and the sign of a good open world game is one that lets you wander anywhere, even to areas where there's enemies so far above you that you're just going to get your ass handed straight to you. Because you could be like level 3 and you walk into a room and there's like a load of level 20 enemies and you're like,
are there time constraints on that sort of thing, or could you just spend as long as you like having a nose?
Do what you want. Spend as long as you like. With things like Fallout and Skyrim, and I assume Starfield, and with things like Cyberpunk, there's like a time of day system, so it's got like a real time. It's accelerated. Like one day might last about 2 hours.
Oh right, yeah.
But you know, you'll walk around and it'll go from sunrise to sunset and all that. But you can do. Somebody will say, "Quick, come and meet me in 10 minutes." But you can do that quest in 6 months if you want.
Yeah, you can still have a good old nosykins and that. Yeah. Happy days.
When I played Fallout 4, when I played Fallout 3, I spent an hour doing the start of the game where you're in the vault.
Yeah.
Then I got out of the vault, and then 800 hours later, I thought, I better finish the storyline. Literally about 800 hours later, I was like, I better do the rest of the story quest, I suppose. Yeah. So you might get a timed mission where the mission says you've got to do this in a certain time, but it's very rare nowadays. But no, a good open world game will say, here's an opening bit you have to do. Now the map's open, off you go.
Yeah.
And you might wander into an area where the enemies are too powerful for you, and you have to just say, okay, I'll come back later when I've leveled up. But you're learning all the time. No, I hope you like that kind of game.
Absolutely. Kind of game. Edward says the HOTUS is a great investment, though, for flight sims. Some people have frames with motors in and move in 3 dimensions. Yeah, I saw a guy have a motorcycle sim where he's put his own motorcycle frame on there with the seat, but he's got it leaning where he can lean in the corners. Edward also says put on a VR headset. With that, you'll be amazed. Really.
Oh, yeah.
I've not. Is that something that goes with an Xbox? Is it a VR headset?
No, there's no VR. There's no VR for Xbox.
He said, I used to sit in an office chair with the VR on and played this flying game where you were flying around a city in the rain, and it would totally freak me out flying between the buildings. They say that sounds really interesting, mate.
Yeah. There's no VR with Xbox. No.
Oh right, yeah, no worries. But yeah, it's certainly weird, isn't it? How it's evolved. I mean, yeah, it's just insane, isn't it?
Yeah, VR. There's limited VR on PlayStation, and there's all the good stuff VR is on PC.
Yeah,
because you need a powerful setup to do good VR.
But
there's not a lot of stuff for VR in a minute, and the headsets are like 600 quid. It's like,
I'll
really?
sod that for a game of soldiers. Yeah,
like PSVR, the headset's 600 quid. Okay, 500 quid, but also you need the console. That's 500 quid. Really?
Yeah, no worries. PJ's off. He says, nighty night, everyone. See you on the Sunday Festa and Friends stream. No worries, PJ. Look forward to it, mate. We're coming off air anyway, mate. So, yeah. So
I can't wait to see you play some awesome games.
Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I hope you really like open world stuff. You might not, and that's fine. If you say it's not really for me, then that doesn't matter.
I've got no idea until I play it, have I?
Yeah.
At the end of the
downside of open world games is you'll start playing an open world game and then you'll just play that game for like the next 2 years.
Yeah.
That is the one downside. You tend to not play much else.
You know what I'm like. I'm just inquisitive, and that's me. Yeah. I'm an inquisitive person, and so I can imagine I'd be into it. It's difficult to say at the moment because it's literally been fired up and I've had about an hour, maybe two, where I've just been nosying around, and
I mean, if that's the kind of thing you like, you'd love things like Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and Skyrim.
Yeah.
They are just, here's the starting bit, right, now here's the whole map, go.
Absolutely.
Do what
you want.
Come back to the story whenever you want.
So, I think I'm going to have a laugh with it. And like I say, it's one of them where I'm going to use it as a reward, when I finish each build, I get, a couple of hours on the Xbox to do a game. So it's my motivation to get through my stash a bit quicker and all, so.
Yeah.
It will be part of my working day towards, that's what I'm hoping, where I have a good day at the bench and do a bit of buildy, I can unwind with an hour on the Xbox,
Yeah. But when you say hour on the Xbox, you mean about 6 hours, because you go, crap, it's 5 a.m. Oh no.
Yeah.
One more, I'll just finish this mission.
Luckily for me, I can't do 6 hours on an Xbox after an hangout stint or a show stint.
Yeah,
so
you can't.
Yeah. But just to get used to it, and for me, I know I'll end up getting immersed at some point, but
that's when you start thinking, I'm going to put it on the big telly downstairs. Let's just move the Xbox downstairs in the comfy chair. That's when it all goes wrong.
I know it'll go wrong when it makes it into the lounge. That's when,
that's when you're like, I'm not filming today.
Because the massage chair, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. And then, of course, it'll be, I could put a driving sim just in front of that. Yeah.
It's like I turned on the Xbox last night about 11:30 at night. I thought I'll just have a little bit of Cyberpunk before I go to bed. Because, I'm doing some stuff all day. I'm tired. I'll just put Cyberpunk on, and at 5 o'clock this morning, I'm like, I really need to go to bed.
Well, we was messaging each other at that time, weren't we? Because I was still up. And it's like, and I'm like, he's on his Xbox.
Because I'm just thinking, I really should finish the storyline so that when the new DLC comes out, of course, I've finished everything else. And I need to get the storyline finished for that, and also before Starfield comes out, because when Starfield comes out, I ain't playing anything else for the next 2 years. So.
Yeah, that's the point. I've got to do that. I've got to update, hasn't I? Because it's got the new console dashboard thing. I don't know if you'll have it.
I've not had mine yet. So.
You've not had it yet? Okay.
No, when they do a rollout, it's usually over a period of a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's all right,
Depends what update you're in.
Last time I switched it on, it updated quite a bit, but
Okay, it could be that then. Yeah.
You know me, it's going to take me forever just to figure out what they've changed, but
it's just different layout for the tiles on the dashboard. There's a few more bits you can't get rid of that advertise Game Pass a lot, and it's like, oh really?
Oh really? Oh god! Like they don't advertise it enough. It's like, dude, I know where it is. Yeah. I've got a card in there with a month's Game Pass on it. I'm not going to use it until I've got more into it because,
Game Pass is only really needed if you play a lot of games. Although Xbox Live Gold will become Game Pass Core in, I think, September, October.
That means nothing to me, mate.
It'll basically be the same price as Xbox Live Gold, but you'll have access to a chunk of games free.
Oh, right, yeah.
See, right now, if you were to subscribe to me right now, I say subscribe to Xbox Gold because you're not playing 30 games a month. So
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
you don't need the advantage of a huge library of games to play.
No, that's right. You know, I don't want to overcook it, you know, because at the moment, because I'm playing very infrequently, if I activate the month's pass, I might only use it twice, whereas I'd rather activate it when I'm more into it. You don't get more benefit from it then, didn't you?
The thing with Game Pass is if you get one of the free Game Pass games, it's great, but as soon as if you're not subscribed, you don't have access to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Xbox Gold, it's just there.
We'll get there. Right, folks, we're going to come off now, love and leave you.
Yes. Yes. I was slouching in my chair there, quite relaxed.
Many thanks for putting up with our inane drivel and a bit more Bluey goodness. I hope to get a bit more done next week, but I'm at that very fiddly stage now of doing bits, and then you got to wait for washes to dry and other.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do that much. I just fettled my chairs and painted the seatbelts, so I've not done that much either.
I want to now go round and start lightening up the centre of some of these panels now that it's had its last wash on, so we can get a bit of that.
Fettle.
Yeah, so it's coming along. I've got no idea. I was asked by someone what I'm actually going to do next on a Friday. I've got no idea yet. I've got no idea what the next one will be.
It's going to be a while before I finish this, but no idea after that.
I've got absolutely zero idea, mate. But there's a few episodes to go on this for me yet, at least, because I've got the base to make yet as well.
Yeah, I've got tons left to do.
So, it's got that to do yet. So I might sketch that out and come up with something and start getting the foam cut and all of that lot. So I might start on that. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be massive base, but it's just something for it to sit on because it could do with it, really.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing a base for mine. I never tend to do dioramas and bases much, really, for big things. No,
it's just for this one. It's such a unique thing that I think just sat there on its own. I think it could just do with a teensy-wincy little bit of rugged terrain to be climbing up or going along just to finish it off. So, nothing major, but
something shippable.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Exactly. Yeah, because it is going. It's going to be sold. So
good.
So, folks, we're going to love and leave you, and we shall catch you on Sunday for the Festa and Fred stream. That will be at 2 p.m. this coming Sunday. So we look forward to seeing you then.
I shall try and join the stream on Sunday.
Absolutely. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. If you've got any pictures for the gallery, feel free to add them to the gallery because we'll be popping over to the gallery as well during the show. So keep an eye out for that. We look forward to seeing you then. And me and Fox will be back Wednesday at 9 p.m. over on E-Models for more Blade painting.
Because there's no E-Models Monday this week coming up because we did it this week.
Absolutely. So we'll be doing a bit more on that this Wednesday. So we will see you then. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well. We'll see you on the next one, folks.
Adios, amoebas.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.